He is going to drop the throw. Fires deep along the right sideline for Alec Pierce. He's got it! Touchdown! Touchdown! Alec Pierce spikes it into the end zone. Touchdown! I-N-D-Y! A 32-yard grab over the shoulder snag.
Good evening, everybody. We have a full crew tonight. Didn't know it was going to happen until like a couple hours ago, but full crew. It's great to have everybody here. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
Oh, yeah, man. Hey, we just finished a little cookout with the family. Threw on some pork bellies I was showing y'all on the smoker. Good shit, man. Celebrating America this weekend.
Yeah. Pork belly. Did you make some burnt ends?
No, I should have.
That's one thing I haven't thrown on there yet is burnt ends.
Yeah.
Because I mess around with the belly and the butt and the shoulder.
We got the shoulder too, yeah.
Yeah, but I've never actually made burnt ends out of it. So
Me neither.
Whatever
Might
you
be
do
the
there,
move, though.
call me
Might be
over.
the move.
yeah, I gotta try it, man, because I see it on TikTok all the time. I'm like, bro, it looks so good.
I feel like free agency in NHL and NBA is kind of now the bicep to like this off season in football and basketball. It's kind of keeping the interest in sports for
Tune
everybody,
into it, yeah.
for that matter.
Well,
Yeah.
I still got baseball too, man. Phillies just won
I don't know why I didn't say that.
19-4. bro.
Hey,
19-4.
Shout out to the LSU Tigers winning their 7th national championship in the College World Series.
Big
My
shout
boy
out.
Marco's not happy about it, but it was a hell of a tournament, man.
Shout out to LSU though. They played a good game. It was back and
Awesome.
forth. I'm still getting the gist of baseball and how teams become good and bad in a game-to-game basis. Same thing with hockey a little bit for me. But my Gators, we made a run, man. None of the analysts predicted us to make it to the College World Series, so we got in there and it was good, man.
Y'all had a tough run too, man. Florida had a really tough run to get there, so shout out to them. How about that? I think they said every Florida sports team outside the Dolphins made a pretty big splash, and 3 of them lost in the finals.
Yeah.
It's rough. It's like dope, but it's also rough to lose at the very end.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you
Florida had
could
a
say the
curse.
same for Philadelphia.
Yeah, you
had
could.
The Phillies, they had the Eagles. I mean, the 76ers are what the 76ers are.
The Flyers started off hot and then fell off, and
Yeah.
but I mean, I guess Philly can try and claim the Devils if they want to. I mean, I don't know.
If we talk about like MLS, I mean the Philadelphia, whatever the MLS team was, they were
Union, I think.
whatever it was.
Yeah,
I'm
they're the
pretty sure-
Union. They're the Union.
I'm pretty
I
sure
think.
they were playing LA for the MLS Cup.
They
They
were.
got beat, but
Hey, you got Philadelphia Soul, the Arena Football.
really, yeah.
So there's still sports. There's still sports going on. We're waiting for the big one.
And if you really think about it too, the Phillies have finally stepped up, man. They're finally above 500 in their season, so they're looking pretty good right now too. I think Dewey over here is a Cincinnati Reds fan, so we don't talk about that.
They're hot right now, man. They got the
Hey,
most
yeah,
exciting player in baseball.
Yeah, my Giants got pretty hot too. At one point, we were actually I want to say about 3 or 4 games under 500. We were just floating for a while, and we broke 500 and just kind of caught some steam. Everybody was hot on the I want to say it was the Reds who had that 11-game winning streak. So everybody was talking about them, but the Giants were well right behind them. So we're kind of even again, but. Man, so shout out to sports.
Yeah, shout out to
Sports in
man.
general, yeah.
Hey, and if you don't watch the WFA, watch the WFA. All right. I don't know what channel you can watch it on. It's like some women's sports network. It's trash, but it's entertaining. All right. It's entertaining. They got some big females that sit out there and play some football, bro. I'll tell you what.
I like it. I like
some
it.
females out there that are big.
We got some Dodgers fans in here. Okay.
Oh, Christina, you the rival. Well, we got that sweep.
Shout out to the Texas Rangers. Got the Astros in town this week. I'm gonna go watch a game tomorrow. I think that's a big
That's
big
a
matchup.
hell of a
right there.
team this year, man. Like 4 All-Stars, I think, in the infield, right?
The Rangers, ain't that crazy? And
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
they might
man.
have 5 All-Star starters, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
From being the worst team in baseball.
But meanwhile, we're still waiting on our beloved Colts.
Hey,
to
so
get us
yeah,
some important football.
yeah. Let's
So
go ahead and get to that.
Our peak there was 8, Matt. So let's watch from Matt.
All right, yeah. We'll give it some time because around about 30, 45 minutes. Usually we have some more. We'll do a nice little thing real quick. But everybody already heard, we know it's Saturday and we do our show on Saturdays. We've discussed possibly changing it to bring content sooner for some of you guys who like updates, but you guys get the updates from everybody else. So this isn't new, but Isaiah Rodgers has been suspended for the rest of the season for the gambling incident that he was investigated for. Everybody knows that it was supposedly what was reported was an over-under situation of one of our running backs in which he did win the bet. But they didn't say whether he bet the over or the under, which I've seen a lot of people try to say he bet against us.
Yeah.
We don't know. That wasn't put out. So
yeah, I threw it on my little nickname on the screener as a joke, but I just can't see any way, man. You're in the locker room grinding with these guys. Like, you work together every day. There's no way as a teammate, as a man, you can bet against the dude that you see working every day. I can't see it. I got faith in the guy. Yeah, he fucked up. He made a mistake, but
yeah,
I don't think he's a bad person. I don't think he would go against his teammate like that. So I'm hoping Rodgers bet the over.
I
do want to give a shout out to Jenry Roberts real quick. I've been friends with this guy on Facebook, I think, for like 5-6 years. And this is the first time I've seen him in the comments. So, hey, man,
welcome to the show, brother.
Appreciate you.
Now, he stays commenting on some of our stuff.
I see him comment on our.
The only time me and him don't get along is when basketball season comes around because he hates on my Lakers. But other than that, definitely appreciate you coming in.
I do see him trashing in the AFC South Trash Talk group. So I will say that.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Damon.
Killing him.
I can't see him betting against, and only because the dumpster fire of a front office it was this year.
Yeah.
Think about how bad it really was. Right? I think we already kind of forgetting about
blocked it out
about the situation we had this year where our coach got fired and ESPN Analysis got brought in to be our head coach, right? And within 6 hours. And who's to know that he didn't have a little bit inside of a game plan, right? What if he was betting for us and he knew we were going to run the ball 30 times that game? So there is a lot of variables, I guess you could say, on the table, but
yeah,
the way Chris Ballard is about character, which I don't like all the time, it would not surprise me if that had a bit of doing as far as him going ahead and waiving him now. Of course, I don't know if there's any stipulations here where he had to waive him. But
that is interesting though, because he made a very clear point of the character was the issue, and we assume this just because he broke a rule, like it's a character issue, whatever. But I mean, there could be more to it. You could be absolutely right. Maybe there was a problem where he didn't believe in the team or something like that, and Ballard's like, you know what, I don't want this around. Could very well be an issue, but in any case,
it could have been any situation to where he knew the game plan wasn't to run that game.
Yeah.
There you go. Very true. Either or.
I've said this before. I know I'm probably on the outs looking in. I don't care that the guy bet on the Colts. I don't care that he bet, the over or the under. Like, I personally think it's a joke that Pete Rose is out of the Baseball Hall of Fame because he bet on the game. When you have to look at the times, and times are changing. So, especially in the sports world. So, while, I understand the whole professionalism aspect behind it, and how, you can't have that culture where, you got guys, essentially a cornerback, betting against your running back, essentially your teammate. Why not? I see nothing wrong with that, because isn't it your job as a teammate to call out someone and hold them accountable and say, hey, bud, you suck ass. So it's my job I'm going to bet against you and prove me wrong.
Not that way. You already got too many people betting against your teammate. I don't need you doing it inside of the locker room with me. I think the best way to go about it is if you're betting for your team. So I feel like if you're betting against your team, that's automatic no. That's when you should be done. That's the kind of guy I don't want on my team. Now, if he was betting, he's betting on Colts wins and Colts overs and stuff like that. I see no problem with that. I don't even see why you would cut somebody if they're betting on their own teammates to succeed. That's what everybody is supposed to be doing. That's what a GM does when he drafts you. He's betting on you. So I just feel like if it gets to a point where you're then betting against somebody, that's somebody you don't want is your teammate. That's somebody that you don't want on your team. That's somebody that you pretty sure of that they're going to fail. So I just don't think that's something that you should ever do is bet against the guy that you're supposed to be going into war with.
Speaking of bets, I'm up 82-50 tonight. So
Nice.
Just saying.
Yeah, I've been raking it in this week. I'm on a hot streak.
Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it was mentioned, but yeah, Isaiah Rodgers was cut. He is no longer with the Indianapolis Colts, along with a defensive end,
Berry or something.
Rashad Berry.
Yeah.
And Ballard put out the statement that we have made the following roster moves as consequence of the determination that these players violated the league's gambling policy. The integrity of the game is of the utmost importance. As an organization, we will continue to educate our players, coaches, and staff of the policies in place and significant consequences that may occur with the violations. That was from a statement from Chris Ballard after the players were released. And pretty much the theme throughout of press conferences and from the players in the locker room is don't bet.
So again,
don't gamble.
Isaiah Rodgers is going to be a Dallas Cowboy next year.
Sounds about right.
Probably
Or a Raider.
Or a Raider.
Either or.
Either one. But yeah, put all jokes aside, I'm going to miss Isaiah Rodgers. I think at that point I was hyped. I was ready for him to play this year.
Agreed.
Step up into that role, and now I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like
I also wouldn't be surprised to see him be a Chief. I wouldn't be surprised there either.
I think we're pretty unanimous though in that like there was never any disrespect or like I don't know hate for Rodgers as a player or even as a man. I think we all recognize like he just fucked up, man. He tried to go above or like maybe have some fun with something and made a mistake. Now it cost him his career here. I personally, I hope he gets another shot somewhere. I would take him back in Indy personally. I know not everyone's on that train, but I hope he gets another shot. I hope he learns from his mistake, and that's about where I leave it.
Yeah. Hey, so some of the viewers are asking for our names. He can't see them, so I'm gonna go ahead. I'm Matt. You got DeMarco in the middle. Trev is over there. He just flexed. He's a weirdo. Cav Scout. Damon is there on the bottom, and so is Zach.
I think he can't see mine because it's in the white.
Yeah, so
that's not the Cowboys.
It looks real tiny.
So the actual names are supposed to be in the blue, and the white is supposed to be like the
yeah, but I like the blue one because it's larger, so I like that one to be what I'm trying to say for the week.
Yeah, not the Cowboys, right?
Answering Nathan's question.
Yeah, that's who that is.
Yeah,
who replaces Rodgers?
Rookies.
My prediction after the league, after Seahawks had the good success.
Whoa! We're forgetting right now. So right now, the number one guy slated to replace Rodgers is Dallas Flowers.
Trash.
Go ahead, Damon. Oh my God! Stop it.
It's not going to be Flowers. It's going to be a rookie, and I think
It's gonna be Marcus Peters.
we haven't even seen training camp yet. But from what I'm seeing, is that Rush looked the best, and I think Julius Brents didn't really get to play in minicamp.
He's still injured.
I think he's still injured, but they said Rush has looked really solid, and just with the success I think some of the league has seen with starting these rookie corners out here, kind of vetting them out and toughing them out early in the season. I think it's going to be a rookie for us too, which I'm okay with, man. I'll take the growing pains.
Mm-hmm. I think it's an interesting point too that like we always worry about bringing rookies out in the secondary because they're going to get burnt, their toes, this and that. But like we've seen some rookies have solid success lately. Like you think about, I mean, obviously Sauce Gardner is like a different level. I'm not saying you can replicate that, but even think about guys like who's the kid in AJ Terrell, right? He had a good rookie year. There's a kid in Carolina that was pretty solid. Like,
Patrick, don't forget Patrick Surtain. He even had a
Patrick
pretty good
Surtain.
rookie.
Yeah. So like
Sauce.
it's not like rolling these rookies out is costing teams every time. Like there's been rookies that have transitioned perfectly and been performing well. So I think Brents and Rush, one of them or hopefully both, could potentially be that guy too.
And then the guy from A&M, they said he looked pretty solid too.
Jalen
Jones.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I still think Dallas Flowers can step and be a guy. He's very similar to what Isaiah Rodgers was the first year that I seen him. And then compared to the second year, yes, we haven't really seen him play a lot of corner, but this is pretty much the season where I started telling Matt about Isaiah Rodgers when he started to get some play as Xavier Rhodes was starting to deal with some of those injuries and was getting a little bit of playing time. And that's where I got to see his flashes. Now, I'm not saying that Dallas Flowers is going to take over and be that spot, but he is the most experienced cornerback we have on this team outside of Kenny Moore. So I definitely would not be surprised if he's that guy to either start out and whatnot. But that is the guy that I would have slated right now.
There could be potential movement too. You could move Julian Blackman to nickel, and then somebody might move Kenny Moore to the outside.
That is true. I mean,
Nobody,
that,
nobody
like
likes
on the
that
outside.
idea. Nobody likes that idea, but I'm telling you, that could
It
potentially.
could, yeah.
I mean, they could technically do that, but do you want a Munchkin playing, outside?
No,
I mean, I know they
And
list Kenny Moore a 5'8".
Hey,
but, like,
hey, I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this right now.
Hold on,
I
Kenny
tell you
Moore,
this.
lay your ass out.
I mean, he's really 5'2".
That's
So-
fine. But I'll tell you right now, Zach, I am the
Mighty
Munchkin.
Mouse.
I am the Munchkin that was the best corner on the team and had the guy that was 6'4" before, and their coach straight up looked at me and called the play to come directly my way. I was fighting for my life to get up and swat this dude's hand.
Video
away.
didn't happen.
Yeah.
and the yellow flag started getting thrown at the line of scrimmage.
I would,
This man out here looking like Rock Ya-Sin.
So I pretty much just hemmed him up at the line of scrimmage because I'm strong enough, but I wasn't letting him move nowhere, and I just had to jump and fight for my
All right,
life.
Greg Toller. All right, Greg Toller. Relax.
No, I wasn't getting burnt. I said short. I didn't say burnt.
I don't know.
You have to have contesting catches if it's on me. Ain't no Greg Toller here.
Bruce,
I'm not a
yes, he is.
Yes,
Toller.
Bruce, yes, he is.
But I definitely, I think if he plays outside, the Colts are hurting.
Yeah.
Like, he's better suited for the nickel. Leave him inside. Either play Dallas Flowers or play a rookie. But if you're going to put the Leprechaun outside, then
Yeah, we still got Kenny Moore.
expect to get, beat up by every team in the league. I'm just not a fan of it.
Yeah, I also just don't want to take him away from his strengths. I mean, he plays the nickelback
What
really
strength?
well. So
What strength?
in the run
Hold
game,
him
like
out.
collapsing on
You
guys.
talking,
Yeah,
in
you
the
talking
run
about,
game
you talking
is what I
about the
saw.
guy who got burnt by tight ends last
Oh,
I'm
anytime I
talking
saw a
Kenny
tight end
Moore at
line up.
nickel. I'm going to leave him at nickel before I put him outside.
year? Tight ends, bro.
So-
Tight ends and slow tight ends at that.
We
I'm not
didn't.
excusing it. I'm just
we
saying.
didn't-
Harvard alum like Anthony
Yeah.
Fisker.
We didn't keep Rodney McLeod because his agent released a statement saying that he was to play for a contending team. No bad blood. No bad blood towards
I
the
never
Colts.
see. That's another thing that I got a question for about players. Why do they always say they want to play for a contending team and then choose a team that was clearly out?
Who, Cleveland?
I wouldn't. Yeah,
I think it makes it a more amicable exit from your
According
current
to
franchise.
according to us, Cleveland is contending.
Oof.
Yeah, I guess so. But like, are they really like? No, because you know what I've heard. You know what I've heard more so this summer than any other summer ever is I heard that everybody says they come into the season thinking that every team has a chance to win a Super Bowl, right? But they're saying they really have in their head. There's only really about 6 teams that have a legitimate shot, which I've heard more this year, more than any other year that I've heard. So my thing is, if there's legitimately only 6, why choose Cleveland? That would be more of a dark horse.
The other
Just
6
like
don't win.
just like the receiver from the Vikings that went to the Panthers. He said he wanted to go
Thielen,
play for a
yeah.
Super Bowl. Adam Thielen said he wanted
I mean,
to go
he's
play
just
in a Super Bowl,
delusional.
and then went to go play for the Panthers. So I'm like,
Yeah.
That's because these guys, they say that right before they hit free agency, and then when they hit free agency, no one who's contending needs them.
And then they have to settle, but they have to double
Like you-
down on what
yeah.
they said.
In all honesty, the only team that could use somebody like Rodney McLeod is probably Kansas City, and they contend without having to pay for a guy like Rodney McLeod.
I don't know how those guys make those defenses work.
I don't either.
Especially with that defensive
It's insane.
coordinator.
I don't either. But that's the way it is right now. It's like these guys, they want to go to teams that are contending, and then don't realize that they're contending because they don't need you.
Yeah.
That's why they're contending. Instead, how about you go to a team that's not contending,
Where you could
where you can help them
Yeah.
start contending? Like, it doesn't make any damn sense to me. These agents, it's the way agents run these days, man.
Yeah.
It's just these agents are trash. That's why Lamar Jackson was smart and went without an agent. He worked with his mom or whatever, because agents are trash. They don't know what they're doing.
yeah. I think it's kind of a mixed bag.
I mean, you can give it to Jalen Hurts' agent who got him paid, but at the same time, he got paid a little bit early.
Yeah, but
Good for
I
him,
would
though.
rather-
Yeah,
I
good
would
for
rather
him.
pay my money- I mean, get my money while I'm hot before I'm like, not, and I'm not a commodity anymore. So
or question.
right.
That's easy to
because,
happen.
Because NFL contracts, I mean, the NFL career is what? Average 3 years. So for quarterbacks, if he's lucky, he'll play 10.
Yeah,
7.
but the problem,
If he's lucky and he's really good.
But the thing with NFL contracts is that you're getting paid for what you're expected to do in the next 4 years, not what you did the last year.
Great, but he balled out, got a huge contract, and even if he never lives up to that,
no. That's why I said his agent did fine. That's why his agent did fine, in my opinion.
I mean, he could be the Scott Mitchell of the 2020s in the NFL now, if we really want him to be. Have one good year. Hopefully, he doesn't, and that's not the case. But leads the Eagles to the Super Bowl, and then sucks for a while. I mean, that's a reality, but. I mean, I'm not mad when a quarterback goes and signs and gets his money for sure.
Yeah, no, not at all. I'm just saying that most of these agents are trash.
I don't disagree with this, Bruce. I like our young linebacking court, but we still got Leonard. Trade him, use him as trade bait. I don't disagree with that.
I didn't disagree with it, but with the fact that Bobby O is gone, I disagree with it because if we would have kept a guy like Bobby Okereke, then I would have been like, all right, let's use Leonard as trade bait. But now that we don't have a guy like Bobby O, we need a guy like Leonard because losing Bobby O loses a lot of production. And now we're going to need Leonard and his special abilities for turnovers. That's just me.
Yeah, I don't like moving Leonard anymore. I was kind of in the same boat, Matt, where I was like, we could potentially do it if we move forward with Bobby, but without him, I don't like it.
Without him, who do we have? EJ?
Yeah, and Leonard's stock has got to be lower than it should be right now. I mean, he hasn't played in a year. Like he hasn't, and the short time he did play this past year, he didn't look good. He looked slow. And granted, now we know he was playing injured.
Oh, I still think go ahead, finish it.
No, that's it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna say, regardless of if he looks slow or not, he's still the turnover king.
Yeah,
that just shows to me that it was proven, and I feel like once he's healthy,
you don't need speed for that. That tomahawk. You know what I'm saying? You don't need
or to get interceptions. I mean, like most people was in there,
right place at the right time.
Linebackers in general, in my opinion.
Yeah, I just think the guy, if he's healthy, he's a game record.
Even being a split second slower, that man his instincts are still there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
and that's what we need on the field.
And I'm banking too on him having made a full recovery with how long he's been out. I'm hoping he comes to this year or whenever he is playing again, he's 100%. Like, let's stop doing this halfway in, halfway out thing. Get healthy and come back.
Yeah.
And then I think I agree. He's a game record. Like, we need him out there. I don't want to trade him yet.
Hold off on this real quick. Go ahead, Damon.
Oh no, I was on the same page with y'all completely. I think what we get in return for him is not worth what we're going to get on the field at this moment. A year ago, maybe. Now, no way.
Agreed. All right, so now we'll go ahead and move on to what Ashley's asking. She says, so you guys think JT got an extension because of what he posted on Twitter? I mean, it's just a couple eyes, bro. It's just a couple eyes, man. I'm not going to read.
He might be looking at a new pair of shoes. We don't know.
Yeah, this man might have just seen his wife come out of the room dressed in something nice. You don't know.
Yeah. He's just not that kind of guy, though,
He's looking at that Halliburton money, saying what I got to do to get that. Like, bro, don't go there.
$260 million.
250.
B plus.
I'm sorry, but Ballard better not offer JT
for the best point guard in the NBA in 5 years.
Oh,
hell yeah,
gave
Zach.
$250 million for the best point guard in the NBA in 5 years.
Why not?
Okay, Mike Conley.
We'll revisit
that. Did it with Giannis.
No problem, Mike Conley.
Hey, speaking of,
he's an Indiana boy, so I'm
Real quick, I will say, Ashley, I did think it had something to do with the contract. I'm not exactly sure, but could have just been something else. I thought it might have been Tyrese Halliburton getting his contract from Indy. So maybe not.
Hey, speaking of MVPs, I saw Chad finally hopped in here. So what's up, Chad?
The real MVP.
No boy.
The real MVP. That's the Cruise MVP. That man's always up in the comments.
My guy. But yeah, I don't necessarily think what he posts on Twitter implicates that he got an extension. I think that would be announced, but I hope so. I hope we do extend him before the season starts or, soon. I think he deserves it. I want to keep that guy in Colts blue as long as we can.
Jeez. Totally agree with this here, Henry.
Yeah, I'm not
absolutely.
writing off Leonard. You
No.
can't write off Leonard. I mean, I wrote off Shaq. I just haven't written off Darius yet. And eventually Darius might come back on the field and show
I
me.
swear, bro, he gonna see our show. He gonna see our show one day. He gonna hate us. Yeah,
Bro, come on, man.
You gotta stop disrespecting my name.
He switched his name, and then all of a sudden he doesn't play. It's
Hey, Rusty.
How's it going, Rusty? Welcome to the show, man.
Value Shaq. I
appreciate you for coming in, man. Appreciate you. Hey,
Hey,
Matt's
Matt's
mom.
mom.
Matt's mom.
Matt's mom. I want Darius back.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
Great
so
value
my
Shaq. Get
my
outta
mom is my mom's bedridden. She broke her ankle, I guess, last weekend. So
here.
she's acting like a transformer right now. You know, she's got like plates and screws and all this shit
Aye,
going on in there. So
Hey, the recovery is gonna be crazy though.
yo, I like what is it? Jenry? How you say your name, bro?
I'm calling
I
him
wanna
Jay Henry.
Jay Henry?
Henry.
Jay Henry.
Henry.
No,
Or is it
just,
just Henry?
Just want to get the pronunciation right so we don't end up like that dude announcing that one guy who got drafted in hockey. the other
Oh,
day.
that was terrible.
They said his name
Jay Henry.
completely wrong.
Okay.
Jay Henry. All
There
right.
we go. Got you.
Or like,
yeah,
or like the
completely-
dude who announced himself when he got drafted by the Devils, and he was like, "Hello, Devils. My name is Lenny." I was like,
Yeah,
"What?"
can't even make it an attempt, man.
Bro, I was rolling. I was like,
Hey, is
what?
that Eastern European or Russian?
Yeah, I don't know.
Rusty.
All I know is
Hey,
it
right
ended
here, we
with
gotta-
it ended with O. That's all. That's all I know.
Hey, thank you, Rusty. We absolutely
Yeah,
Thank you.
man.
I was
We've
about to say,
been
we got a
grinding for a
huge shout
couple
out
years.
there. Appreciate that, Rusty.
Speaking
3 years
coming
strong.
Speaking of coming a long way, we have some news for everybody in here. Since everybody's commenting, popping off, we're gonna go ahead and take a nice little 20-second break to give you guys a nice little
That was my hockey impression. If you already
nice
get
little
the last one.
preview, nice little hint.
I was crossing them up.
Let's go.
Chad is hilarious, bro.
We can't ever have a serious moment.
Big moment for the show, man.
Hey, just so everybody is tracking, all right. So Trev brought up a few months ago about doing some NBA type style segments, and it kind of was like a ticking time bomb in the back of my head on how we were going to make this work. Because if some of y'all remember, we were originally known as For the Shoe, and then we kind of took a hiatus for a little while, and when we came back, we decided to rebrand to Kicking with the Crew. We decided the name Kicking with the Crew does not strictly tie us to Colts. But just so everybody's tracking, Saturday will stay the Colts. It will always be the Colts. This is our Colts night when the boys come together, talk about what we love together with the brews. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't going nowhere.
We haven't gotten all the details tied in yet, but we are fully rebranding to be able to, or branching out. We are going to start more shows talking about other sports that we love, such as the NHL, NBA, MLB. We talked about doing MMA and boxing when there's going to be some big fights. We're not going to do every fight because that'd be way out there. But
Some college football too. Some
college football too, correct. So we are branching out. So make sure everybody goes ahead and continues to follow us as more information comes along. We're going to go ahead and do more shows. So just pay attention for when those shows
Do
come out.
not judge me based off of hockey and baseball. I will ask this now.
Like-
Hey, don't judge me off this ball basket. All right, because
So, and we do want to stress too that like the Cold Show isn't going anywhere, man. We do this every Saturday. We love what we have here, and we love the interaction with you guys. And Colts is really like the one team that we all have in common. You guys will see in the coming weeks as we start to branch out. I mean, we have so many different teams that we all love. So we'll get into some good debates there too, I'm sure. But
I would
let us
definitely
know
be
what
loving
you guys want to
basketball
see
on
first,
college
right? Like, yeah, I mean, we argue basketball all the time. We talk
College
about
football
baseball.
season.
Matt's a huge hockey dude. Like, So let us know what you guys want to see, and we'll get cracking on it, man. But we're excited to branch out and do some more sports.
Yeah, just let us know, guys, because I mean, this has been a long time coming, and then this week I think I just threw it on the guys like 3 days ago and was like, hey, let's kind of do this. So let me get some stuff set up, and we're gonna get it going. We haven't chose days yet on what we're gonna do. I don't know if we're gonna do a specific day for every sport, or if we're just gonna do another specific day where we talk whatever sport. So
yes, I'm a Heat fan, Ashley.
We're gonna get there. So if everybody's tracking,
Chad, I do not troll LeBron.
I like you.
So I will go ahead and say, outside of the Colts, right? My teams in other sports are the Phillies, the Devils, and if I got to, I'd probably say the Sixers because that's where I grew up. DeMarco, go ahead.
So, man, I'm diehard. All my teams, the Indianapolis Colts, San Jose Sharks, Los Angeles Lakers, the San Francisco Giants, and then obviously I'm, the University of Florida, the Gators, near and dear to my heart. But it's more so football, but I definitely follow all of them. And we just got ranked number 5 in the country of college, being all around one of the best schools in the country.
All right, keep that for the other show. All right, Trev.
Yeah, I mean, obviously a diehard Indianapolis Colts fan. I'm an Indiana Pacers fan, so any of you local fans, the struggle we've been through, hoping for a competent basketball team. I'm a Tampa Bay Rays fan. We're rolling right now. That's good to see. And LSU is my number 1 school, Notre Dame number 2. So love college sports too. But yeah, looking forward to actually branching out and talking about all these.
Oh yeah, real quick. I don't have a college team. I specifically watch players throughout.
He's
the
a
year.
Gators fan.
He's a Tigers fan. He's a Tigers fan. It's all right.
He's a Gators fan.
Go Tigers.
No.
Actual TCU
when-
fan.
Gators.
Actually, when I was a kid, I wanted to play for Penn State, but I wasn't a Penn State fan. But no, I'm not a fan of any specific college team. I just follow all different teams. I just follow players. Last year it was Max Dugan, so I was getting horny. You know what I mean? Is that what they say? Get horny.
I don't think they say that.
No, their slogan is "Get horny" or some shit. I'm
That's
not even
fantastic.
lying.
I guess it might because the Horned Frogs.
The Horned Frogs.
Yeah.
Look it up. I'm telling you, TCU's little slogan, "Get horny." It's kind of funny coming from a Christian university.
Oh no!
My God.
I'm sorry.
Oh jeez.
I'm sorry. Okay, so just to fill space,
Fuck you, dude.
obviously
you,
I'm
dude.
a Colts fan.
I don't want to sit across from Shannon. I mean, Skip Bayless. One of these guys can have
For
it.
baseball,
What
I
has
follow
that?
the Pittsburgh Pirates. For the hockey, it is the Pittsburgh Penguins. And for college football, I got 2 Purdue Boilermakers and then University of Miami. Go Canes.
Yeah, I can go too. Indianapolis Colts, NFL. Baseball, I'm a Texas Rangers fan. Basketball, massive Miami Heat fan. College football, Miami Hurricanes always have my heart. But kind of like Matt, I think college football is kind of hard to hate. Honestly, whenever it's kicking and you got these underdog stories, I think I end up cheering for a lot more teams than that. And then hockey, Carolina Hurricanes. Not too big into hockey, so I got to pay a little bit closer attention. And then I'm going to throw golf out there too. My favorite golfer is Bryson DeChambeau. So
Oh, sweet. I
what
sure
up,
hope to see
baby?
weekly. Nice,
You
Bob.
just bring golf.
I'm pretty sure this is Zach's dad, but I don't think we're gonna
Nice.
be following
You want
anything
Ivy
Ivy
League
League.
debates?
Yeah, I don't think we're
Hey, I
gonna
played
do
against a kid who went to Dartmouth. His name was Kyle Bramble. The kid was smart, real
Well,
smart,
figure.
real smart. I don't know what happened to him after the fact.
Trev had, or not Trev, I mean, but Chad.
No, I did not see that, Chad. I don't like the Blackhawks. There's only 2 teams in the NHL that I absolutely hate and I can't stand. One of them is the Chicago Blackhawks, and the second is the New York Rangers. So anything that comes with the Blackhawks, I don't pay attention to. The reason I hate the Blackhawks is because them turds allowed Justin Bieber to sit there and hang out with the Stanley Cup after they won the Stanley Cup, and that's kind of disrespectful to the Stanley Cup. Because the only people who are supposed to touch it is the team that won. Yeah, that's it. So to me, that's disrespectful. So
That's actually supposed to be a curse. That's probably why they got
Yeah.
the number 1
Yeah,
overall
well,
pick.
there you have it. Yeah.
Done touched it on his show whenever.
No, He touched it. You sure he didn't? He
Not
said
the
he
real
wasn't supposed
one.
to touch it. It
Not
was
the real
there
one.
at the show.
Yeah.
But he didn't touch it.
You're not supposed to touch it, man.
Yeah, he's not supposed to touch it.
That's why when the whole ceremonial thing is them handing off it to everybody on the team, they're the only ones that are allowed to touch it, and it's supposed to stay.
I didn't know that actually. That's
And
really cool.
Every player is supposed to have it for a day.
Yep.
Nobody else is supposed to touch it.
Yep.
Hey, so and this is the cool part too, right? Because I don't know shit about hockey. I just learned something. So
Yeah, no, see, I learned it because I've been watching McAfee,
Yeah.
and like I said, man, I've really, as I've gotten older, I've started to broaden out my sports to try
I
and
feel that.
get more detailed and have more knowledge about some of this, especially since I like to talk about it so much. I don't like to sound like a jackass, so I just like to get informed about it and know what you're talking about.
So with what Chad said, he says I'm not a fan. Just seen the video. They asked him if he thinks NHL's rigged.
It's definitely rigged. It
It's
was
not
rigged for
rigged.
Chicago. It was rigged for Chicago to get the number one.
It's
It
a
was rigged for
lottery.
It was rigged for the Spurs to get number one.
It's a lottery.
Come on.
The NHL draft is a lottery. There's no way
NBA is
to
a
rig
bad
it.
lottery too. Oh my
It's a
god.
lottery.
It's rigged, Chad.
I can
Hey,
say
but look-
the NBA's been rigged since like 85 or 84.
So
It
bad.
has been. It has been.
It's like
I see. I like it when it's
Right
rigged in
before-
my favor because the Lakers have gotten
No.
like 10 chips in that time.
get out of
so
here.
I'll
No one
take-
likes the Lakers.
Yeah,
But
but
see,
2019,
the NHL is a little different because if you make the lottery is only for like 8 teams, it's not for everyone.
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
everyone in
NBA's
the NHL.
14.
Yeah, I think it's like 6 or something. It's like the 6 worst teams in the
What is
NHL or
this?
something.
Sorry.
Anyway,
No,
yeah, if you
I'm
want
totally,
more,
I'm totally just kidding. I don't think any sports is rigged. The only one that's fake is like WWE and stuff. So
and the
Ah,
NFL
no,
for
yeah.
sure is scripted to a T. So
Oh, yeah.
Has to be.
All
Arian
right.
Bosser told us
Box
last
rigged.
year, scripted.
All right, let's go ahead and get into these predictions. We're like way off topic. We went ahead and announced that we were going to do all sports, and now we're
hey, but
talking
just,
all sports.
yeah,
Oh,
just
yeah,
to reiterate
um,
though, this cold show is not going anywhere. I just want to make that very clear because I know people like tuning in every Saturday for the Colts. We're not going anywhere. We're not switching up. We're just
Nope.
branching out a little bit. That's all.
Absolutely.
last,
Bob.
Saturday-
last off topic one. De La Cruz is a beast. I started
He's a
following him
dog.
on Instagram.
Dog.
I actually,
He went off topic. I muted him.
I didn't know you
No,
could do
no.
that. That's
no,
hilarious.
he was he's awesome. I actually used to like the Reds because of Ken Griffey Jr. But I just always been a Giants fan. But De La Cruz is a beast. Last one there. But let's go. Let's get the prediction going. What everybody came here for. Please make sure you guys stick around. Help us vote. Make this as complicated as possible for us to count and add up.
All right.
Let's get these
Man.
playoffs going.
Hey, so just so everyone knows, all right, we're gonna say this one more time because there are people in groups that just want to just trash us nonstop, and it's great, right? If anybody's paid attention to any of the predictions that had happened across all the mainstream media, ESPN, NFL predictions, whatever, we're only off by 1 or 2 teams in the playoffs on each side. That's combined. So,
Bro, what?
And we're a
You
bunch
guys
of
got
drunk
Miami
bastards.
being a
Yeah.
7 seed?
and we're just a bunch of drunk fucking turds on a Saturday night hanging out that are cool.
Dolphins bastardized the Dolphins?
Hey,
So-
hey Zach, I don't want to hear this this criticizing
Hey,
from you. Okay?
just so
'Cause you ain't
everyone,
been here, all right?
hold on, and just so everyone's tracking that's been on the show.
What?
Hold on, just for everyone that's been in here. The last week, me and DeMarco and about 12 viewers voted on this.
It was
Shout out
insane,
to
bro.
guys.
Insane.
All right.
Insane.
Bastardized the Dolphins? I take off 2 weeks and they were first in the division, and now all of a sudden they're a 7
Hey,
seed?
Hey, it got rough for them, bro.
What?
Okay,
It got rough
but
for
look
them.
at their record, bro. They're only 2 games off. That's
Trash.
that's
They're
not
in.
our problem. They
They're
went
in.
4-2 in the division. That's not our
Hey,
problem.
but for the viewers, all right, because I know that we were in some other groups this week where people were just arguing. There was an issue that I made an error when I moved over these rankings and the records. I moved them all over to the graphics, and I made an error that meant absolutely nothing to the outcome. But I did make it to where hold on. I did make it to where I ended up putting Washington at 2-4 in the division, and they were actually 4-2 in their division. Somebody called us out on it. I made an error. It made no difference on whether Washington made the playoffs or not. but it was a simple error. All right, I fixed it. My bad.
I thought you were talking about the one with the
I
Cowboys
do these
and the Panthers.
Oh no! I do these graphics real quick, right? It's not like I spend hours on these graphics. The first time I do spend time on it to create it, and then after that, it's just kind of like a template that I just go in and change things. So give me a break.
Are you telling me you have a life and you're not a perfect robot?
That's what I'm saying. Dude. Like these people are like, oh my god, y'all messed up a graphic. Like, bro, I'm in the United States Army, bro. I work like I work like 16-hour days. I wake up at 4. I don't get home till like 6:30. You know, like
So
chill out.
To anyone commenting that we don't know shit and we're a bunch of jackasses, you're right. We're just dudes, just talking, man.
That's what we are. That's what
we know. No, we clearly know more than them because I argued with the guy and then he sat here and made his prediction and gave me a bunch of ranges of every team that he thinks in the NFL. Don't fucking sit here and try and tell me that we suck and then you give me a whole range of predictions, bro. Come on, bro. Get the fuck out of here.
It's always fun, man.
I do believe that.
Yes, Carly could do a great job.
Hey, shut up, man. We know that you're in love with him. You're in love with her. We know it. We know it.
He's trying to get that inheritance.
He's trying to inherit the Colts.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the wild card round. All right, on the AFC side, we got Baltimore facing off with the Jags. We got the Browns facing off with Buffalo. We have the Miami Dolphins facing off with the Chiefs. We have Minnesota facing off with the Saints. Seattle facing off with Detroit. And then Dallas with San Fran.
Brutal.
Dallas is going home again.
Hey.
You can't tell me.
Hey, hold on. Did anybody see Rusty's comment down here?
Hell yeah, Rusty.
Go, Rusty.
Yeah, get your thing going, Rusty. Okay.
Try to be like you, man.
Hey, man. Take
Reminds
you to the store and say, baby, I got it.
That goddamn Homeward Bound movie from the 90s. And he's like, this is my girlfriend.
Hell yeah.
The Jaguars are playing the Baltimore Ravens.
In this scenario,
they are the 4 seed. Baltimore's away as the 5th seed.
And I'm going to go ahead and start this off. I have the Ravens.
I got Baltimore by 20.
Ooh. I got Baltimore, but it's a close game.
Yeah, I got Baltimore by close games.
I got Baltimore too.
All right, everybody in the comments, if you're new in these comments, go ahead and comment. All right,
we are 6-1 in favor of Baltimore. 7-1.
8-1.
Damn, Chad's the only one holding it down for the Jags.
All right, yeah, I think we can go ahead and chalk that one up. Hey, there's seven viewers in here. Everybody, drop down who you think's win.
They might be able to challenge us.
Ooh, got another Ravens. That's 8-1. I don't think it's even close at this point.
That's B-Boy's game.
Some plastic bottle bourbon. All right, Ravens it is. All right, we got Cleveland and Buffalo.
Give me Buffalo by 25.
Oh my goodness.
Oh God, stop it.
By 25, dude.
This is the one that Zach's gonna say. I got Buffalo, but it's gonna be by like.
I got Cleveland.
I'm taking Cleveland by 6.
Cleveland. That's what I like to hear.
Here.
So we're 2-2. 2-2.
We got 2 Buffalo in the comments.
2 Buffalo in the comments. I'm going Cleveland.
Ooh,
I think that puts us 4-3.
4-3.
4-3.
Henry, who you got? Jay Henry.
Jay Henry surprised Cleveland's even here, and frankly, me too.
Okay, hold on. We got to get this count right. So we got 2 for Buffalo in the comments, 3 for Buffalo in the comments.
5-3 Buffalo now.
Okay. All right, so we got 5 for Buffalo.
Buffalo's gonna choke in the playoffs, bro. They always do.
No, they will, but I don't see them choking at home against Cleveland. I don't see that.
I think
that depends. That depends on what kind of Deshaun Watson we get.
I just think too many teams have
Hold on. I think Zach's trying to talk. Zach, your mic's all funky tonight.
That's the worst team Buffalo could play. I mean,
I agree. I feel like their pass rush is going to be. Yeah, I think the pass rush is going to be good.
All right, I guess we're gonna go Buffalo.
Wow.
Not happy about that, I guess. All right, Miami Chiefs.
I got KC because I had Miami. I had Miami limping into the playoffs at this point.
I
can't believe they're a 7 seed. It hurts my heart to pick against them. This was my team of the year. They were my Super Bowl pick.
Ooh.
I loved Miami. I thought this was the year, but going to Kansas City in the cold, it's KC.
So-
It's KC
Kansas
all
City.
day.
So I'm gonna be real. I don't know if I have Kansas City going to the Super Bowl, but I do not have them losing in a wild card round
Yeah, they're not
Absolutely
at
losing.
all. Like no
Hey,
way.
y'all won't believe what game is on TV right now.
What game's on TV?
Are the largest blown blown lead in NFL history.
Oh my
Nice.
God, you're watching it?
Oilers and Buffalo. Nice.
We ain't gonna talk about it.
Nice. You gonna watch that hate again, man?
No, it just came on after the Bills were playing the
You
Dolphins.
change it?
I'm trying to.
Oh, Chad actually went with a Miami upset. Chad, I can dig that.
Wow.
I can
I
love
like
that.
it, but so I do think it'll be a close game. I like a shootout here with Miami versus KC, but I just can't see Mahomes and the boys losing in the wild card
Yeah.
round.
I'm gonna be
Not at
real.
home.
I'm gonna be real. I think it depends on the flow of the season. But
Mm.
right now, if I'm looking at it from our outside perspective of the season, I gotta go Kansas City. But at the same time, if we do this again, if this is the same playoff scenario and the season went a little funky for Kansas City, I might go Miami.
Yeah, I could see it. I mean, it wouldn't. It would shock me. Like it wouldn't. I don't know. Miami can be that team, is what I'm trying to say.
Hey,
so-
Jay Henry,
and
you
Jay-
you gotta look at how we're voting each game right now, and look how many of us just picked Cleveland, and look how many of us just picked the Bills. Not everybody is picking one side.
Yeah.
You just get outvoted, and that's how you get a team like
Hey,
the Browns to end
and-
up in the playoffs.
And just so everyone knows, me and DeMarco last week were outvoted a lot.
A lot.
Comments
lot.
ruled it.
There were like 3 or 4 times that Philly lost, and it wasn't
Yeah, I
on
think-
us.
I want to say,
I wanna do it.
I want to say that if me and Matt weren't outvoted so many times, Dallas might be the 5th seed.
Mm. Yeah, to be
Bro.
completely honest, so just so everybody
The
knows, that
Bears didn't make the playoffs, but the Vikings did.
bro. Yeah, it
I
was
could see
weird.
that. I could see that. Doesn't shock me.
What?
I don't think the Bears are that good yet.
The way everything was
Zach,
voted,
you
man.
starting to sound like some of these people on Facebook who hate
Bro,
me
I
right
take
now.
2 weeks off and y'all be messing with me.
Bro, I got literally into it. I mean, everybody saw it. Me and DeMarco got into it with some dude who was commenting on our stuff about the Steelers not making the playoffs, just solely based off of 3 seasons prior. Like, I don't care.
He was mad because
Those guys
the
aren't there
AFC
anymore.
is so stacked that his team missed the playoffs with 10 wins.
Yeah,
Well,
guess
what-
what? That's
well, what
going to
he didn't-
happen.
He's
What
mad
he
because
didn't
Kenny
like-
Pickett has small hands.
What he tried to say was he didn't like that Philly and the Bengals were the number 1 seeds. That made 0 sense because the Bengals have been in the AFC Championship for I'm pretty sure the last 2 years
Yep.
Last 2
in a
years.
row. Philly just went to the Super Bowl, so Philly on the NFC side being number 1 seed makes sense. The Bengals have been giving the Chiefs a run for their money the last 2 seasons. Those games
Well,
are probably
pretty
some of
much,
the best games to watch.
Every
3-1,
time,
yeah.
time except for last
Yeah.
year, it's 3-1.
Yeah.
First
So-
time Kansas City beat them.
So to say that we're far off, because I'm pretty sure that's the word, that terminology that he used in our comments, that we were far off because the Bengals were the number 1 seed. That's just Pittsburgh Steeler fan hate.
Yeah.
That's all that was,
And,
bro.
dude, the fact of the matter is, like, that's going to happen to probably 2 or 3 teams in the AFC that deserve to be playoff teams on paper, but they're not going to make it. There's only 7 slots,
Yeah.
and the AFC is stacked. It's
And I'm
going to
gonna-
happen to somebody.
And to be 100%, I think the only team we have that may be wrong in this AFC right now is the Browns. I really think that will be the Chargers.
I could see that, yeah. But there's going to be 2 or 3 teams that miss out that probably shouldn't, but that's just how it's gonna go.
Yeah. I mean, it sure ain't going to be us. So you can't sit here and tell us that we're going to be biased and that we
No.
chose the Colts just because the Colts went 10-7. I didn't even expect them to be that way in our predictions.
I don't think any of us-
The reason we looked a little biased because the Colts had 10 wins. And we didn't.
Yeah, but that was the fans that view.
Yeah, yeah, I know.
Well,
I
again,
tried to
like-
explain it so many times. People were like, "Hey, you guys are going to win 3 games. Haha, I bet you're mad." And I sit there and go, "No, I am not going to argue with you." And
Yeah.
then they sit there and be like,
I think I chose
"Oh,
the Colts.
okay,
I think I chose the Colts 5 times.
Yeah.
It's a whole segment.
exactly."
All right. Sorry,
sorry,
Brian,
Brian,
but
you're-
we're in the playoffs
didn't
and the
make the
Chargers are
playoffs.
not.
Sorry, bro.
Yeah,
All right.
so this next game, it's the curse of the bounty gate all over again. New Orleans cannot beat Minnesota in the playoffs. It won't happen. They're a better team, but it won't,
I'm
it won't
actually
happen.
picking New Orleans here.
Yeah, me too.
And that's why they're going to lose. They can't beat the Vikings. Don't ask me why. It doesn't make any sense ever, but they can't beat the Vikings since 2009.
I mean, regardless of the matter, even if we were to get this prediction absolutely correct and 100% on the money, fans would still just be like, well, you guys just made a lucky guess. So it's like, regardless of what it is, people are just never going to be satisfied.
You're telling me the last time New Orleans beat the Vikings was the time they went to the Super Bowl?
I don't know if it's the last time, but I know they have more losses than wins since then.
No, that was
we called the Bounty Gate curse, but yeah, the Saints cannot. The Vikings have ended the Saints season, I think, 2 or 3 times since.
We are currently sitting at 1-1.
Even when they play them in the regular season, like it's something about the Vikings, dude. I mean, you think about the Minneapolis Miracle. Yeah, Saints just can't get it done against Minnesota. I don't get it. They're a better team here. They're at home. It's not going to matter. Minnesota will win.
Minnesota sounds like we are sitting at 3. We are sitting at 3-2.
The Saints beat Minnesota in 2020. Or no, they beat Minnesota 2020.
You sure?
Yep.
I gotta look it up.
They also beat Minnesota in 2018. And then they also won in 2014, 2011, 2010, and 2010 in a row.
Yeah. The Vikings ended the Saints season in 2018. They beat them in the regular season.
I don't know. Oh, yeah, that's October.
Henry,
whatever.
Derek Carr hasn't had a good defense since forever, so it's not his fault.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like Derek Carr's fit with New Orleans. I think they're going to be better. And yeah, 2022, Matt, Vikings ended the Saints season in the wild card round. It's something about playing him. So let me rephrase because maybe I went too hard on him. But in the playoffs, the Saints cannot beat the Vikings for whatever reason. They've lost multiple matchups now against them every year. It seems like they always get matched against Minnesota, and they can't.
It's literally not an excuse. Can you name me one quarterback that plays defense? I'll wait.
Hey, but I'll say this. The last time the Saints beat the Vikings was December 25th of 2020, and it was 52-33.
Jesus. That was
then choked in the playoffs.
Boy.
And then choked in the playoffs. Probably to Minnesota.
I just looked it up again just to make sure I wasn't crazy. Yeah, they lost 26-20 in the playoffs.
Yeah, so Minnesota.
Sorry, that was 18. But yeah,
right now we're sitting at 3-2.
Minnesota leads the series 24-13.
Bro,
if I could get like a golden buzzer moment and just hammer Minnesota here, like I would. But
in all fairness, I'm still going Saints. So
they're a better team. They deserve to win. They're just not gonna.
Sheriff, who are you picking?
Minnesota.
All right, we're sitting at 4-2 in the favor of the Saints. No, it's absolutely true here. So you can sit here and say if that's so, then so many QBs can use that excuse. Well, it's actually factual because what I'm going to tell you is that too many quarterbacks get too much credit and they get too much hate. Like they take too much of the blame, too much of the credit because every win is not accounted to them. That's why I think it's a stupid stat to give QBs a stat when they don't play any defense. So if you got a quarterback whose defense is absolutely phenomenal and they win games, then it's like, okay, well, look at Jimmy G. Jimmy G is absolutely exceptional because he had a defense that's been successful. And then you look at a quarterback whose defense is awful, like a Derek Carr's, and the seasons that he was good is when his defenses were good. It's a team game. Can't sit there and blame it on that. But yeah, Damon, Zach, who you guys going with? Looks like we are sitting at 3-4 in favor of the Saints.
I'm going
Damon's going Vikings. You're breaking the tie with
tiebreaker.
Going New Orleans.
New Orleans is breaking the tie, 5-4.
Right,
exactly. Matt's mom nailed it on the head. QBs are only as good as their teams allow them to be. Some QBs underperform and overperform all the time.
Unless you're Patrick Mahomes.
Exactly. That is the one guy that you'll make the excuse for, that he just puts his team above and beyond regardless. But most teams fail their quarterback.
Facts. All right. Seattle and Detroit. This one's a weird matchup to me because I don't think either of them go that far.
Detroit football. I want the streets of Detroit to riot and burn. So I hope to God they go far in this playoffs. Please, Detroit, pull it out.
I think this is where the hype train ends. I like
Yep.
Seattle, and I like their
Seattle
matchup
here.
against the Lions.
Seattle here.
I like that wide receiver.
I'm with Trev and Damon on this one. I got Seattle as well.
I'm with
I
them
like
too.
Geno
I got
Smith
Seattle.
dotting them up. I'm sorry,
Dude, y'all a
bro.
bunch of haters.
So we're
No,
at
I like Detroit, but the hype
Four-
train's
I-
stopping somewhere.
I-
It's stop seeing it.
I love Detroit, and I want to see them succeed. I just don't have it today. And
We're
sorry.
at-
If this was a 7-game series, then oh yeah. But
Even then,
I mean, if it's a best of 3, I'm going Detroit.
no, I'm definitely not trying to talk over you, and it is a perfectly good point that you make here that we have the platform, and this is so you can be heard. And we can obviously argue back and forth about Carr, but I can promise you, if he was on a different team other than the Raiders, where his defense is average to be 26th or worse, then how is he supposed to be successful? And he's one of the few teams in that AFC West who has competed with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. So I'm just saying, man, I just think
Tall
quarterbacks
task.
get too much hate and too much credit for wins and losses. And I think this season can probably show or prove it or not. But I guarantee you, if he never gets his leg broken against Indianapolis, Derek Carr's looked at completely different.
hey, and I just want to add too, we do have the platform, but what we've been good about here since we started this show is like we have people on the show, like guest speakers all the time. There's guys in the chat that have come on the show and given their opinions and argued, debated, whatever. Like we're very cool about that. So if you want to come on the show and argue your point, more than welcome, dude. Shoot us a message. We can get you on, man. It's no problem at all.
No, really going to go with Seattle over Detroit. I'm actually
Yes.
pissed
I
about
am.
this. Like, I'm truly pissed about this. Like, Angry Zach's about to come out, and the damn season ain't even kicked off. God, y'all fucking suck. Sorry,
Yo,
Mom.
Seattle's underrated though, dude. They're gonna spice them up. Like
Hey,
those wide
no.
receivers
I'm,
are
I'm gonna say two words.
Zach,
Two words. Hold on.
yeah, go ahead.
Two words, Zach. 2 words, and I've said it every episode. 2 words. Geno Smith.
Oh.
I'm not siding with Matt or the Geno Smith for it.
No,
Zach.
Wide
I
receivers.
appreciate the heat and the passion that you got for it, because this is how I feel when I would sit there and argue with people on Facebook all day when I kept trying to compete that this is voted, and trying to get people to understand that it's not one person picking. And so then when I have to sit there and argue because they see my name posted it,
yeah.
I'm like, bro, it wasn't just me. Like, I'm not picking this. Like, I didn't even want this team to make it this far or whatever. Blah blah blah. Like, you just get outvoted, bro. And it's like,
Hey, Jay Henry, I'm gonna be real with you. If you go back and you watch the last month worth of these episodes, there were multiple times where all of us were like, "How are the Saints where they are right now?" And to be completely fair, if we're looking across the NFC South, the reason the Saints are here is because
A lot
the
of question marks.
The Saints are the best team in the NFC South with Derek
Bro.
Carr, with that defense, with whatever he has offensively. They're better than Carolina with Bryce Young and Frank Reich. They're better than Atlanta. They're better than Tampa Bay, who you don't even know who their quarterback's going to be. So
Yeah.
the
it's
Saints
all good. You got me as a friend on Facebook. We can chat all season. It's all good. If you right, I never shut anybody down for being right. It's all good. But it looks like we were sitting at what, 4-2.
But also, it's also a good friendly debate, man. Don't ever take it like DeMarco's talking down to you or like any of us talk down to y'all. That's not what we're here for.
Yeah.
Not at all. That's not what we built this off of. This platform that we built from the ground up is not built on us talking down to the viewers.
Chad, where you at?
No, we equals. If you got something to say, you message us. We'll put you on. We're not scared of no debate. We'll gladly deflect, gladly talk. It's what we do. Still can't believe we're not picking Detroit to advance.
Yeah,
This is
looks
some
like
malarkey.
Well, we're sitting at what?
Malarkey,
Four
bro.
to 2, 4-3.
It looked like we're sitting at 5-2.
It's
I'm
Seattle, man.
Man.
Well, looks like Seattle. All right, I'm going straight across the board here. I'm no
San
hesitation.
Francisco.
San Francisco
San
destroys
Francisco.
Dallas.
Yes.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Turn the lights off in the
This
building.
is why I started laughing, because of the fact that every year it's the Cowboys theme, bro. They get all the way there just to face some team that outmatches them. And I got the 49ers here.
Bro, in my opinion, if like I said, me and DeMarco talked about this the other day. I think the 49ers are legit the best team in the NFC.
Best
If
roster,
they-
I agree.
If they can get quality QB play, just
Whoa,
quality
Chadwick
QB
Cowboys.
play, I think they are the best team in the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
They're my favorites for Super Bowl. I know everybody
I
else is
just-
Eagles because
I
they
don't
just
hate
win,
it.
but they
I
are
don't
my
hate it.
favorites for the Super Bowl.
I just like the Eagles right now because of quarterback play. If I
Get
could
that.
see, if I could
100%.
see the Niners quarterback play right now, like if it looked like Brock Purdy last year on that run, I had to go with the Niners. But just because I can't see their quarterback play, I don't care who they got playing that quarterback out there. I think they're
No, yes,
successful.
no, I understand that 100%. I understand that 100%. It's a good
Dude,
argument.
that
It's either one.
roster, that
it's-
roster is so good. They could win with Sam fucking Darnold. Bro.
And not only that,
Like-
I still think Kyle Shanahan is a better coach than Nick Sirianni.
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
can take
I don't
that.
hate it.
So Trev, who you got?
Oh yeah, I thought this was a clean sweep. Yeah.
Okay.
like 38-10 or something.
It's
you know?
like
Damon, you as well.
Yeah.
Not even close. I don't
Yeah.
even think this is close.
Chad, you got outvoted there for the Cowboys.
I don't think Dak
I think
plays.
he's-
I don't even think Dak plays the whole game, and he doesn't get hurt. He gets benched because they're losing that bad.
5 interceptions. Ooh,
Ooh, yeah.
I would like to have the Dak conversation with you guys at some point as well.
What? He's just Derek Carr. You just had that conversation with Chad.
Wow.
Yeah.
Huh?
Dang, man, that's disrespectful.
Wait,
What do you mean? I just quoted you.
Wait,
they're,
what?
I mean,
mean-
they're kind of the same caliber. Of
I
player.
literally
They
just
are?
quoted Zach, and he says, "Dang, that's cold."
That's
What you mean?
disrespectful. You're doing Derek Carr dirty like that, man. No, I'm kidding.
I hope there's no Cowboys fans watching, man.
Bro, this
No, I
is
hope
great.
they are. No one likes Cowboys fans anyway. Y'all like that ugly redheaded stepchild that got beat in the corner, and then you guys were like good for like 3 years, and it's been like 8,465 days since y'all were relevant again. Hope it continues.
You've been counting
No,
them?
bro, no one likes Cowboys fans. If
Hey,
you
the
see
only-
Cowboys,
Hey, the only good thing about the Cowboys is they make
you
a
immediately
damn,
point and laugh.
they make a damn good steak. I'll tell you that. All right.
I just think,
All right.
I just think Dak is hated on for no reason.
He
Uh,
is.
Dak-
Really Dak, yeah.
To Henry,
He's
that was
Dak-
me, DeMarco. I am the one that's saying that quarterbacks get too much credit and take too much blame. That's all I was saying. I think the Saints have been a well-rounded team since Drew Brees had left. And if they had competency at quarterback and didn't have major injuries, Taysom
Yeah.
Hill and whoever the hell
Andy
else
Dalton,
they had playing
James
quarterback,
Winston.
if they had some competency back there, the Saints would be solid. And I think Derek Carr was held
What's wrong
back
with
a lot
crab
of
legs?
times by 17 different coaches, different garbage defenses and stuff. So that was me.
He was dope with
Marco, not the Cowboys.
He was dope with Del Rio.
Yeah.
That's
Hey,
what
so-
I'm saying. That was 2016 when he got his leg broken. That's what I'm trying to say. Like him and Dak have both been changed since they got their leg broken. And I just think it's dumb that everybody sits here on TV and goes, "Oh, which team should should the Cowboys or should this team try and upgrade at quarterback?" If you get rid of fucking Dak, who are you going with that quarterback? You know how many teams are looking for a damn quarterback?
Cooper Rush.
I just
Kupp,
no, he's trash, bro. Stop playing, bro. Like he like you just built the offense around him to make it look easy. Like these
Hey,
are
so-
not that is not high quality quarterback play. Yes, Dak made some mistakes, but I just hate the fact that people act like every team in the NFL isn't looking for a quarterback. So it's just like, oh, well, he threw 15 interceptions. Matthew Stafford threw fucking 40 touchdowns and 15 interceptions and went to a Super Bowl. Stop sitting here acting like quarterbacks just fall off trees.
Hey,
That's what
so
I don't-
if y'all remember before Dak got hurt 2 seasons ago, the man was averaging 450 yards a game
I'm
and
saying
like 3-4 touchdowns, and they were
Back-to-back
0 and 4.
500-yard games.
0-4.
0-4. That's what I'm saying, bro. Like it just irks me that everybody act like you got to put a quarterback on a pedestal just because you get the Patrick Mahomes,
Yeah,
the Drew
dude.
Brees, the Peyton Manning, the Tom Brady. Everybody acts like you can just go and find one of those. That is just irritating.
Yeah, it's the ultimate team game, man. This isn't basketball where 1 or 2 players can really carry a team to a certain amount of wins. Like football, you need 11 dudes performing at any given time. And if they're not, you end up like the Colts and go like 4 wins, right? So
In all
I
honesty,
promise I don't
the
make
reason-
excuses. I give facts.
the
I hate
reason-
the Saints.
The reason I do not like the Cowboys is not because of Dak Prescott. It's not because of Tony Pollard. It's not because of CeeDee Lamb. It's not because of anybody they got on that defense. It's because of Mike McCarthy. I think the dude is one of the most overrated coaches of all time.
and Jerry Jones.
Oh, you coming for me tonight, bro? I see it. I think you just got it out for me because the Lakers made it to the championship game and your team was nowhere to be found. I still don't know who yours is.
Hey,
But,
we'll
I'm
come
just
back
telling
to
you,
that
I
for
don't
the
give
NBA show.
any excuses. I just preach facts. I hate the Saints. The Saints took a Super Bowl from my Colts. I don't like the Saints. And I could give a damn about Derek Carr and the Raiders. I'm just telling people, like, if you have a quarterback, there's no reason to sit there and down him the entire time when it's hard to find one. Like, look at every team, every question that comes up every season. Is this quarterback going to make it? Like Jalen Hurts last season. The Eagles got a first-round pick they might replace Jalen Hurts with. Like, every team is just looking for a quarterback each and every year. But that's just what it is, man.
Team game, man. Team game.
Let's start this next week. We got the Kansas City Chiefs, the 2 seed at home, facing the Buffalo Bills again.
Chiefs.
But yeah, I'm with Damon. I'm going to Chiefs here again. I thought the Buffalo Bills had a struggle to start the season anyway. I just still think it's not time for them to get over
Bills.
If
start
the Bills,
realizing they gotta,
if the Bills get here, I think they're hungry enough. They're going to win this.
Ooh.
So
These
we've talked
games are always
before.
fun to watch.
I really think if the Bills get here again, this is who they want in the place they want it to. They want to go into KC and KC the Chiefs. So, like, this is essentially what they signed up for. It's what Dig wants. It's what Allen wants. This is for all the marbles. So for me, yeah, like I'm going Buffalo. I'm taking Buffalo.
This is
all
it.
day.
I agree. This is it. If Buffalo loses this game, Buffalo is not going to even compete for the next 5 years.
So
Yeah, blow it up.
yeah, I think I'm the tiebreaker right now. If I have it right, we're 2-2 in the group and then 1-1 in the chat. And bro, I thought Buffalo's chance was last year. I thought if they didn't get it done last year, they're where you were saying they're going to be this year if they don't get it done. I don't see them beating Kansas City anymore, man. I got Kansas City here. I think it's still a close game. I think it's a fun game, but last year to me felt like that should have been their run, and they didn't.
So
get it
we're
done.
sitting at 4-2 for KC. Oh, Matt's mom picked Buffalo. So we're sitting at 4-3.
4-3.
4-3.
Yeah, Kansas City
4-3 with
won.
7 viewers. Let's get some of these comments in here. Pick.
Let's
All
go.
right.
Kansas
So while
City.
we're waiting for the viewers, I guess I got to address another one.
Nah, man. If you're waiting on the viewers, we can play our commercial again.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah, look, I mean,
the Colts didn't have 5 excuses. The Colts had 5 reasons, I guess you can say.
22.
Whatever you had. You had multiple injuries. Quarterback was terrible. Offensive line was terrible. Couldn't run the ball. I mean, you had a lot of reasons right there. I mean, it's not excuses. It's just facts.
Whoa.
did you guys ever see that video of the it's like a parody of the high school football coach going, well, you say no excuses. Well, I got 22, 11 on offense and 11 on defense.
Yeah.
It
I was
was.
the Colts last year, right?
Hold on. It was like 2 on defense and 11 on offense.
11 about 6 on the sideline coaching.
Yeah, that's facts.
So
It's looking like we're going Kansas City.
when they're going Kansas City,
Yeah. All right. Bengals, Ravens. I'm going Joe
Bengals.
Burrow.
Come on now, Joe Burrow.
I got
going
Joey B.
Baltimore.
Yeah, I got the Bengals. I got a rematch for
I
the
got
past 2
Baltimore.
years. The rubber match, if you will.
So right now it's 4-1,
No.
Yes. 5-1.
5-1.
I hate y'all.
So I'd like Baltimore to make a run this year, but
There we go, Chad. Ride with me, man.
Chad said
He said
Cincy.
Cincy.
Oh,
You gotta get your eyes checked.
alcohol. hit me
Hey, you
now.
gotta get your eyes checked
Alcohol
and the
got him all
hamstring.
messed up right now.
Actually hit me hard. I was reading Baltimore since he was right there.
No, yeah, but Baltimore,
That's
they
what
struggle against Joe Burrow's Bengals, man.
that's what Derek Carr sees when he reads the playbook. He reads it backwards.
Strong
You see
right
the
slot.
You see the defense. You see the defense. he like, Coach, I saw a 3-4. He's like, bro, look at
was
this
a
4
4-3.
defensive end right. It was a 4-3. What are you reading?
Hey man, he had too high, motherfucker. It was single high safety. What you mean too high?
I was drinking last night, Coach.
He
I'm
said,
sorry.
I was seeing ghosts out there.
Oh, damn,
Darnold.
God damn it,
Easy,
God
Darnold.
damn it, God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was funny. All right, y'all killing me. Y'all killing me. Oh well, we got two for the Ravens. All right, 2 for the Ravens, and it's the 2 to go back.
Yeah,
and
it's
forth
all
all
good.
night.
We'll see if Carr is good or not.
Hey, at least
Which
y'all
will
are,
be on the Ravens.
hey, at least y'all agree with Lamar. All right,
Hey, we can always find some common ground here. That's what it's all about.
I agree. Definitely almost beat them with Lamar Huntley last season on a fumble.
Is his
Pro
name Lamar
Bowler,
Huntley?
Snoop
I
Huntley,
thought it was
dude.
Tyler Huntley.
Yeah, he's a Pro Bowler. I don't know why y'all act confused.
Bro,
I do not believe in
Had
the
like
whole
600
Bro.
yards, but he's a Pro
no
Bowler.
offense, but
He's a
like
Pro Bowler, bro. He's
that's
the
the
Ravens
least
Geno
earned Pro
Smith,
Bowl
bro.
ever.
Goat status.
Pro Bowler, baby.
oh no.
All right, go ahead and hit the Bengals, man. They got it, man.
I'm going San Fran here, no doubt.
San Fran, easy.
It's gonna be a blowout.
Yeah.
You were laughing. He was a Pro Bowler.
He was on the Pro Bowl roster, all right?
He was.
I hate the Pro Bowler theme, dude. I hate the Pro Bowler.
That's so funny to me, dude. They couldn't find any other starting quarterback in the AFC to go. Like,
Yeah, shit.
No, they could have. They just chose to
insane.
vote for Huntley. It's crazy.
Insane. But yeah, give me the 49ers in a blowout.
This is that game
It's
where
gonna be rough.
Derek Carr is gonna look like Henry is saying that he'll see Carr. This will be the game where Carr looks like that guy.
Yep.
Oh man.
All right, I'm just putting 49ers. All right, Eagles, Seattle. Is there even a conversation?
Yeah, I'm going Seattle.
There should not be.
There's a
But I think-
conversation.
I will say
but-
this game will be like 33-36.
I just heard
Yeah.
somebody say Seattle, and
I'm going
right.
Seattle.
What, are you serious?
Yes, I'm taking Seattle.
So
the
you
upset.
were pissed
You didn't
off
even take 'em
about
against
us picking
Detroit, though.
Detroit. Yeah,
Bro.
you were absolutely
Bro,
upset.
I was picking Detroit regardless. And when they went here and played Philadelphia, I was picking Detroit and Philly. Detroit was my ride or die. And now that they're
You were
gone,
picking them all the way to the Super Bowl.
oh yeah, bro. I was in
This
that
man,
Detroit.
this man was trying to have a
man.
Miami Detroit Super Bowl.
Absolutely.
What
I was
kind of
in that
ugly
high.
shit is
Hey.
that?
Hey, he wanted that Texas A&M versus LSU game, 72-70.
Yes.
That's exactly what it is.
Yes. That was my Super Bowl. Miami Detroit was my picks this year because I was all like, how can we have an anti-hero Super Bowl, but a Super Bowl that which I believe everyone would watch
Yeah.
because, you know,
I
if
mean,
Detroit gets into the Super Bowl, there won't even be a state of Michigan.
Well, you're the only one on the
So-
planet Earth that would take Seattle in this situation. So I'm putting Philly. All right, conference championships. This is where it should get good. It's literally
of last year.
Man, this is gonna be
a
awesome,
rematch
too.
of last year.
The only thing
Give
that
me
changed was
Cincy.
the,
I don't care.
season.
Give me Cincy. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm
arguing
going
with
flying
anybody.
Joe Burrows.
I'm
I
going
got
Bengals.
KC.
I'm going Bengals.
I'm going Bengals.
I got KC.
Ooh, 4-1.
4-1.
4-1 Bengals.
Yeah, Jay Henry. I'm not trying to hype Seahawks up. I think they're a playoff team, but I can't see them beating the Eagles, man.
No, you just saw us vote. You
Six.
see.
Six
This is how
Cincinnati
people get
guys.
all.
6 Cincinnati.
This is how people get all mad at us in the
6-2.
comments when they don't see us vote. Zach was the only one that said Seattle.
It's facts.
This
I
is why
was the
people
only
be
one.
mad at us. This is how
We were
people
literally-
get mad at us in the comments.
We were literally just yelling at him.
Hey, if they got problems, they can hit the pick on my profile and send me a message, and I'll straight to delete it and never respond.
I'm about to say I'll never read it. But
Never read it.
He said,
But
he
You
said,
can file.
he
You can
said,
file your complaint with someone who cares because I
He
know.
goes,
He
he-
said-
they
he
go
said-
to the comments and say, "Hey, bro, I messaged you. I know I deleted."
he
it."
said,
I don't care.
he said, reach out to my HR department. All right.
I don't care.
I'll get back to you in 5 to 7 business days,
Yeah.
maybe.
Delete.
Delete. Trash.
I think we got the Bengals here. Yeah.
No, I'm
Hey,
going
dude.
San Francisco this game.
I'm going
I
San Francisco.
won it.
I'm going San Fran.
Ooh.
I'm gonna have to go Philly here.
2-1. I'm going San Fran.
who's the
I
Niners
already told y'all. I already told Brock Purdy.
So
I already said he'll be back by training camp.
Yeah, I,
Brock
I think the
Purdy.
if they make it this deep, they have their quarterback, right? Like,
Brock Purdy.
yeah.
I think they want that.
I'll go San Fran.
They said he's ready by training camp. He's got about a month. And he'll be ready. He'll be back.
I'll go San Fran because they have the best roster, I think, in football, other than quarterback.
They're the most
Other
consistent.
than quarterback.
I've already said that they're my favorites for the Super Bowl this year. So
I got the Eagles.
Damn.
So what are we sitting at?
We're sitting at 2-2.
3-2.
Oh,
I think we're
3-2
yeah.
because Matt's mom.
Well, of course she don't count though. She's a Phillies Eagles fan.
4-2.
I'm just kidding. She always counts.
Henry just picked the Eagles.
4-2. It's gonna be the Eagles. That's lame. I was really hoping for San Fran in this one.
We could wait for more votes if you'd like. We got 7 viewers.
What are we at? 3-3? 3-4?
Whoa,
Damn,
Mom! Whoa!
Damn, Mom.
Go to your room, young boy.
Hey, hold on. I gotta go to the corner.
So you better sit on your.
And you stand there until you figure out what's what.
She gonna pull out the belt on you.
I'm gonna sit there and hey, you know what? Stand up out that chair without a crutch.
Oh, come on now. Look at your mom like that.
I don't think you can say that.
Hey,
man.
Chad, how about you vote there, scrub?
Yeah, who you got, Chad? That's all we care about.
He's sitting here commenting, talking shit. He ain't even voting. One leg. Come
Your mom
wobble
gonna
that
take
ass.
cast off and whoop your ass with it.
Yeah, she probably would.
Hey, Miss Melissa, I just want you to know it's just Matt. The rest of us we're on our best
I
behavior,
stand.
all right?
Can't stand.
Hey, don't be scared, man. Don't be scared of her. She might whoop our ass, but don't be scared of her.
Chad, who you got? Sit here and comment.
Yeah, Chad, what up? dog?
Come on, Chad.
Chad already picked. I thought he picked.
Chad, you know you want to go SF, man.
Oh, Chad went San Francisco. He went San Francisco. He already voted.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's tied, right?
So we got me and Trev.
I
and then
picked San Francisco. So
Oh, so
Or San
three-
Francisco. So is it 4-3?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
then it'd be San Francisco.
Yeah. We're at
all right,
San Fran.
Chad. I see
San
you.
Fran it is.
DeMarco, who'd you choose?
Eagles.
Oh no, then it's tied. It's 4 up.
4 up. We need one more vote,
4
or
up.
we need a random.
Yeah.
All right. Hold on.
Rusty,
Can't my
where you
vote
at,
count
bro?
like twice?
Let me get my random.org ready because
Me,
that's what we had to
Jay
do last
Henry.
week.
DeMarco and Matt's mom is 4.
Hey, who's home? Who's away?
Philly's
Eagles are
home.
Philly's home.
Philly's home. All right, so we'll put the Eagles as number 1.
I just think Niners got to get revenge, man.
Yeah.
They got a bad hand last year with
Yeah.
Brock going down.
But this is whenever you see a quarterback.
But that's all they had because he didn't have an elbow, so he only had a hand. So I mean,
I mean, that's rough,
it's a terrible
You're
joke.
not wrong,
I
though.
apologize.
bro. Like when you have George Kittle asking, "Can you go lefty, bro? Can you go lefty?" Like you're in a rough spot.
All right, so we're gonna go to the randomizer. All right, so this is something we started doing last week. Instead of just having the 2 answers in there, what we did was we put the Eagles at 1, put the Niners at 10, and we're gonna randomize it until the top number, whoever's at the top, wins the game. So it has to be the Eagles or the Niners. They have to be in the number 1 slot. So they have to be here. So there's nobody there. So we gotta keep going.
The tension is real.
Again.
Again.
And then.
Oh,
There we
Niners,
go.
baby.
There you go.
And then.
Niners Bengals Super Bowl, dude. That would be a blast.
That's all of them. That's literally anytime the Bengals get in the Super Bowl, they only
yeah,
play
they
San
have, haven't
Francisco.
they? Yeah. Well, I mean,
80.
they lost to the Rams, of course.
81, 88. Oh, they did lose to the Rams. I forget that. No
But
one
yeah,
likes
back
them.
in the day.
All right, Super Bowl.
So that was actually my pick for the Super Bowl last year, I think. And
Me
mind
too.
you, I wanted
too,
to
actually.
that,
And see, you guys were wrong. So we should have put the Eagles.
dude. I want this matchup, dude. I think this is probably the best defensive team against arguably the best offensive team. Dude, like this is what you want to pay money to see, man.
But here's my problem. My heart wants me to go Cincinnati, but my football brain tells me if you don't pick San Francisco, you're a dum-dum because that defense from San Francisco and that run game is elite. On top of the coaching job, the coaching job that San Francisco or that Kyle Shanahan does, man, that's tough.
It's not even just the run game though, because that run game, that running back counts as 2 receivers.
Yeah.
He can do what 2 different receivers do. Plus, then you got Deebo Samuel too.
Yeah, but say half the time they roll out CMC.
Yeah,
and
but the Eagles
50.
also added DeAndre Swift, who's a great receiver.
We're past that, bud. We're past that, bud. We're not on Philly anymore.
I'm going into Zach mode right now. The Eagles should have won that goddamn game. They would have beat the 49ers. They're my Super Bowl pick.
Okay, but if anyone can beat Philly, it'd be San Francisco.
It's the only team, in my opinion, that actually has a true
No,
shot
I
in hell.
I don't think there's any team. I think the
no,
Niners made it far.
no.
I think the Niners have made it all the way to the NFC Championship and now the Super Bowl pick, and we don't even know who the quarterback is. I think the NFC Championship
I just
game
said.
should have been far enough.
It's Brock Purdy.
I
Brock
know you
Purdy.
said it was Brock Purdy, but guess what? He might get his elbow hurt again by the Eagles.
Then it's Sam Darnold.
Hey,
So
Jalen
Trey
Hurts.
Lance.
Jalen Hurts might break a knee by halfway through the season.
Jalen Hurts ain't getting
Knock
hurt.
on wood.
He squats 600 pounds. He is Superman, bro. He
But
ain't
look, I
getting
mean,
hurt.
we've done this whole thing assuming that
Hey,
the
knees
teams are
got
healthy,
nothing to
right?
do with
Like,
that squat. I'm telling
We,
you what.
we haven't been predicting like injuries and stuff, so we have to assume they're healthy. Like that,
I'm
we
just
can only go
saying,
off what's
'cause
on
the
paper.
Eagles have been my Super Bowl pick since the draft. I guess since I don't know, but I don't know. I just think the Niners made it plenty far with not knowing who their quarterback is.
I said it the other day. The NFC is too inconsistent that I don't agree I don't believe that the NFC can even pull a repeat Super Bowl.
Facts.
A team. I'm just saying they haven't. Go look in the last 10 years, 20 years of the Super Bowl and tell me how many teams from the NFC have gone back the next year. Just tell me.
But I don't know.
I understand that. And Philadelphia
so
and this Eagles team isn't better than all the NFC teams that have played.
Okay, so if that's the inconsistency, right? Name me any team that has made it to an NFC Championship game without the same QB they made it the year before.
Didn't San Francisco?
San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco.
No,
They just did. Yes.
Jimmy G and then Brock.
Jimmy G and then Brock.
No, they didn't make it the year before.
Am I tripping?
I'm pretty sure. Hold on.
Bro.
I might be remembering the
It was LA.
prior year
It
to
was
that.
Rams
It was
versus
the Rams versus the Buccaneers.
Yeah,
when
you're
Jimmy
right.
G got hurt. No
year
QB,
before that.
no, they, like that's it's just kind of crazy to think that they can do it consecutive years with possibly different quarterbacks.
So it was the Rams in 2021 and San Francisco in 2021.
2022.
No, San Fran and LA played in 2021. And
In the
then
NFC Championship game?
Yes, and then
Oh,
San
yeah,
Fran
'cause they
and
beat the
Philly
Buccaneers.
played last year. So yes, San Francisco is the team to do it.
Yeah, they are. I'm looking at it too.
All right, I guess so.
I'm about to say, I know I'm not tripping because before
I guess,
it was the Packers choking.
I guess if any team could do it, it'd be them.
Hey, to be fair too, three of the last four championship games in the NFC were the San Francisco 49ers.
Mhm.
Yep. And two of them were Green Bay.
Yeah. Best roster.
Yeah, well, they don't. The Green Bay don't count because they was running through a weak NFC and they just kept losing.
And then they lost to Tampa.
Yeah,
But yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
not 100%. They also got their ass kicked by San
If,
Fran.
if that's the case, I got the 49ers winning the Super Bowl. I'm picking
I
the
know.
Niners.
I'm split because I really like Joey Burrow,
Man,
but my football
there's too
brain
many-
tells me San Francisco.
there's
I
too
can't
many
do
ifs
that.
and
I got the Niners winning the rematch.
I
There's
can't
too
do
many
this.
ifs and maybes for us to sit here and confidently say, I got the 49ers. We don't know who their quarterback's going to be week one. We don't.
Who? What are you talking about?
I got the Joe Burrows.
The reports have said Brock Purdy will be healthy by training camp.
That could be Trey Lance.
Brock Purdy will be healthy by training camp. Kyle Shanahan said
We're
Brock
in that
Purdy-
starter, though.
Brock Purdy is the starter. They've
No,
already
it was not said that.
they've committed to go look it up. They've committed to him.
I'm going to look it up.
Okay, go ahead.
I mean, I think we've been going through this assuming, at least I have going through assuming Brock Purdy is healthy and starting. And if that's not the case, I've been thinking it doesn't really matter who throws the ball for San Francisco because it's the best roster in football.
As long as they got an arm that can work.
Yeah. So where I go on this specific matchup,
They still don't know.
it's one of those things where it's like you want to say defense wins championships, but generational QBs also win. So
hey, you don't know how much hate I got for the Bengals being 14-3. So,
oh no, I think that's completely realistic. I think the Bengals are going to be the hottest team in the league.
I don't think they are.
I think they're going to be lighting teams up. I think they hit their peak this year. I don't think we've seen their peak. I think this year is their peak. And yeah, I'm gonna take Joe Burrow and then boys lead them to a
this is why I don't like my team that I thought was gonna be there not being in, because of the fact that I think the Eagles are beating whoever's there.
I would have picked the Bengals over anybody.
Listen,
That's just me.
I'm just saying, in February, March timeframe, Kyle Shanahan.
Trev's got some Louisiana bias over there.
No, I'm not looking at this bias, man. I mean, internally, I can't determine, but
Kyle Shanahan committed to Brock Purdy in March, February timeframe. So if it's Brock Purdy, I don't know. This is probably the best Super Bowl matchup we could have came to.
yeah.
Because I could go either way.
Yeah, the reason I went Cincy, and when I initially looked at this, I immediately thought 49ers, but I can't see them going on I think it's a close game. I think it's like 24-20, some shit like that. And I think Joe Burrow can lead a game-winning drive. I don't
100%.
know if the 49ers can. I think they'll lead most of the game. And I think Burrow just gets it done at the end. I think it's like a superstar career moment for Burrow. That's why I think this
But the problem I see is that the Bengals don't have a top-tier defense, and they're not going to have one playing against the 49ers. So I don't think you're going to have a chance at a top-tier drive from Joe Burrow.
I don't think they have a bad defense, though.
I
think they have a pretty damn good defense. I mean, you look at what they've done in the past 2 years.
Losing two safeties. We don't know who their corner is going to be because they lost their burnt toast that they have over there.
Eli Apple
right now.
Yeah, but is that a loss?
I just don't think how are the Bengals supposed to stop the 49ers if we're talking about a healthy Niners team, what they do. I don't.
So according to a report from 2 days ago, Trey Lance is third on the depth chart behind
Good
Sam
night, Mass
Darnold.
Mom.
He's a bust.
Behind Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold is behind Brock Purdy.
Where's that? Can I
Exactly.
see that post?
It's on ESPN. Story by Zach Wassink. It was reported on Thursday. They haven't given up on Trey Lance, but he's third on the depth chart behind Sam Darnold. And then it is, let me see the exact word, presumed starter Brock Purdy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again, that's the problem. If we're still talking about quarterback the Super Bowl, this is exactly why I didn't pick the Niners over the Eagles. So it's like we should know by this point. We should know who the quarterback is. Otherwise, there's no reason they should be here.
I'm not doubting the quarterback. I'm just taking Joe Burrow over that quarterback.
That's exactly my point.
I think the Niners have the
100%.
roster to get there, but I don't
see
in a game-winning drive in the last moment of the game. I take Joe Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals offense.
Okay,
Joe Burrow's,
I get
in my
what you're
opinion-
saying, Trev. I get what you're saying, Trev. But look, the team that beat Joe Burrow and the Bengals was who? It was Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. So what did it take to beat the Eagles? It took the Chiefs' defense to do what they did to give Patrick Mahomes a chance, and for him to take on that team to beat the Eagles. So
To be fair, it took Jalen Hurts dropping the ball a couple times in the back.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like the Niners shouldn't even be here. This should be the Eagles championship. So that's why I got the Niners, because if the Niners can beat the Eagles, there's no way the Bengals are beating that Niners team. There's no way.
I got Cincinnati.
There is. What do you mean? How is there no way they beat that team?
Because they don't have enough. You got to have defense, offense, and special
They have
teams.
it. They have
Cincinnati-
it.
They don't.
They went to the Super Bowl 2 years
Cincinnati-
ago.
Hey,
They
They
went
went
to
to
the
the
Super Bowl.
AFC Championship game.
They went to the
barely
Super
lost
Bowl
last year
Yeah, they went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago.
and
Because
almost
of
went
the
last
fact-
year.
Yeah, because of the fact that the Chiefs didn't have the defense at that time. And what happened? They lost last year
But you just said the Chiefs' defense is the reason they beat the Eagles.
Yeah, because they beat the Eagles because Jalen Hurts dropped the ball. I'm saying that nobody is beating the Eagles.
Joe Burrow doesn't drop the ball. He drops touchdowns.
He will drop the ball if the Eagles are rushing after him. He's not Patrick Mahomes.
I'm more scared of the 49ers rush than I am.
Joe Burrow has a better receiving core than Patrick Mahomes, and we still argue about who's going to win between them. Like, the Bengals are supposed to be the more complete team than the Chiefs, and we still argue who's going to win because who's playing quarterback. So I'm telling you right now, Joe Burrow won't be able to do what he needs to do, just like when they lost against the Rams.
I don't know.
He couldn't get the ball off.
Cincinnati's improved that offensive line, DeMarco, like a ton.
I don't think it's not
over
going to
the
matter.
Over the past 2 years, they've invested heavily in that offensive line.
It's not going to matter. Look at the Eagles
question. I see it. I see it. I get it. The question is the defense, and you're valid on the defense. But I honestly believe that this Super Bowl could be high scoring. And to me, the X factor is if it is high scoring, because I'm going to operate in ifs because we have to right now. If it is high scoring, I believe Joe Burrow is the X factor that takes Cincinnati over the top.
Let me ask you this then: whose defense is better, the 2022-23 Eagles
on paper,
or the 2020-2021 Rams? Whose defense is better?
On paper, what of past last year's defense?
Paper, you can look at last year, whatever you want to look at. Who's
going off on Philadelphia's defense last year is 20 times better than the Rams because the Rams
exactly, and the Bengals couldn't beat them.
Okay, but it's a Bengals team from 2 years ago versus a Bengals team now.
That's a Bengals team with a shoddy offensive line.
I don't understand the argument.
But no, because you guys said it's going to be high scoring. The Bengals aren't always high scoring.
I said 24-20.
They barely beat the Ravens by a fumble.
I said high scoring.
Yeah, but they're not always high scoring. That's what I'm trying to say. The Eagles can exploit those matchups, and if they're not going to get that time in the pocket, we can sit here and try and act like this offensive line is going to be that much better. It's really not. This Eagles team is going to put up another 60, 70 sack season, probably even better with what they added. So I just don't.
Do you believe in such a thing as a Super Bowl hangover?
Because yes, I do think so. So if that's the case, the Bengals wouldn't be there.
Right, but with the Super Bowl hangover, then because there's a possibility there, I don't believe Sanford or Philadelphia would return to the Super Bowl because they're high on life and they're feeling themselves.
That's not Hurts, though. That's not Hurts.
That may not be Hurts, but that could be other people on the team because yes, the quarterback is one cog in the team. I mean, I see your point. I see your validity, but at the same time, like it's the new season. That's why they play the games.
So basically, look, my whole point here is just that if you look at this Eagles team and how good they I really believe that they will be. And I honestly, I almost never pick teams to repeat. That's why I picked the Eagles to beat whoever they were going to face in the Super Bowl, regardless if it was the Chiefs, whether it was the Bills, whether it was the Miami Dolphins, whether it was the Baltimore Ravens, whoever it was, I did not think a team was going to be good enough to beat them. So if the Niners are actually good enough to surpass the Eagles, unless somebody is hurt on that 49ers team, I don't see whether you can match up with them in run game, in defense, and offensive line, and defensive line. Joey Bosa or Nick Bosa will go absolutely nuts against that offensive line. The Niners just keep reloading and keep coming back. And if we can have the Niners make it to a Super Bowl with 7 different starting quarterbacks, I just do not see how the Cincinnati Bengals can win this game if we're just sitting here saying Joey Burrow. Joey Burrow is not Patrick Mahomes. He needs his receiving core to be elite. He needs his offensive line to be elite. That defense has changed a lot of pieces, and Lou Anarumo is not going to be able to stop Philadelphia or San Francisco. I just do not see it. I do not.
So, I mean, you can't say he needs his O-line to be elite because he made the Super Bowl with no O-line. He made the Super Bowl with no O-line. What are you talking about?
No,
he needs his O-line to be elite. Yeah, he got his ass kicked in the Super Bowl because he had no time.
No, that's because he went up against Aaron Donald and a dominant defensive line. So what is the?
He had no O-line.
Go back to it. He was missing like 2 guys on the line.
Yes.
Go back to it, bro. 2 guys on that line were injured, if I'm remembering correctly.
But you're going against the Eagles defensive line that had 70 sacks, and all they did was just add one of the best defensive players in football. Like it's just the
Hey.
Eagles are just adding richer on richer. So that's what I'm trying to tell you guys.
But-
if the Niners can get past that, how are the Bengals supposed to stop that?
Joe Burrow.
And to mention, yeah. See, that's not enough. See,
It's
I feel like
Hey.
Matt,
Matchup,
do you,
but, like,
do you
you're
don't
going-
really feel like they're losing
We-
the debate
we've
if all
watched-
they can say is Joe
We've
Burrow?
watched Peyton Manning
Like-
do it for years, dog.
As a matter, as a matter
Joe
of fact,
Burrow-
the Bengals lost two
Joe
offensive
Burrow
guards.
has that ability to do the exact same thing Peyton Manning did, and they didn't
Peyton
lose to.
Manning won one Super Bowl and lost in the playoffs multiple
Hey,
times.
and that
Don't
might be
believe
Joe
Peyton
Burrow.
Manning.
That might be Joe Burrow's legacy. He might get his one right here versus San Francisco and never
No.
win one again.
So I've said two things about this matchup, right? And I don't know why we keep bringing up the Eagles because on here it's San Francisco versus
Right,
the
they're
Bengals.
not even
That's the
playing this
matchup that we
game.
were
I
at.
don't care about
Because
Philadelphia.
So that's the
what
one
I'm
I'm talking
telling-
about.
What I'm telling you is the Niners have beat the ultimate boss in the video game. If you beat the ultimate boss, ain't no stopping you.
Dude,
The
that's happened
Bengals-
before though. That's happened before, and that team still goes on to lose. Okay,
Okay.
2018.
So Matt,
Hey,
2018.
all right. Hey, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think the Eagles are the ultimate boss.
So basically, they're saying that Brock Purdy gets his elbow hurt again, and the Bengals win this game because there ain't no way.
No, I've said from the jump, I think I'm going through this as if all teams are healthy on paper. Like that's what I'm going through. So no injuries, nothing. What I
I'll say
said from
this.
the jump. Go ahead.
I'll say this. All right. Because San Fran's not going to play the Bengals the same way that they played Philly. And the Bengals are not going to play
It's
the
matchup.
San Francisco 49ers the same way they played the Chiefs. You've seen us go and play the Eagles and lose by 1 point. We lost by 1 point against the Commanders. And then we played the Cowboys and got our shit pushed in like no other.
That'll be the Bengals.
But
And
I'm
against
just
the Niners.
saying we can't sit here and compare that, choose this matchup off of who they've beaten.
That's what I'm saying. The matchup. I'm saying the matchup. You look
Are we,
at the matchup.
are we talking
The
Niners versus Bengals?
The worst part of the Bengals defense is going to be their run defense. Please tell me a weakness on that Niners defense outside of when they play Patrick Mahomes. Please.
I don't think their secondaries keep up with Jamar Chase.
Yeah, their secondary is trash.
Oh, come on.
What are you
bro.
talking about? What are you talking about?
Come on, bro.
How, bro?
Come
no
on.
one, no one's
The secondary's
no one's keeping
trash.
up with him.
What did Jamar Chase do against the Chiefs?
Which year?
Who?
Because they're 3-1 against them.
This last year. This last year.
The last game when they
AFC
finally
Championship.
got him, yeah.
Yeah.
But that's Kansas City. We're talking San Francisco. You said what's the weakest part of San
Okay.
Francisco? I
So
said
what
their
about
secondary
the
that can't stop Jamar
okay?
Chase.
So what about the week before when they played the Ravens?
What about him?
Where was Jamar Chase then?
Are we talking Niners and Bengals yet, or are we like bringing up?
No,
other teams?
you acting as if Jamar Chase is just going out and putting up 200 yards each and every week. This is
He
not
almost
the
does.
case. No, he does not, bro. No, he does not. The Bengals are literally floating around 5 and 6, 4, like 500 every single year midseason, and they've been going on these little runs. They are not completely undefeatable, and I just think that they're going to
anyone was
go up against.
undefeatable.
No, but you acting as if Jamar Chase and keep saying
DeMarco.
Joe Burrow.
DeMarco.
Because you asked me how
DeMarco.
did they beat the Niners? It's
No,
DeMarco.
the
my
secondary not
problem
being
with
able
it
to
is
stop
my
Jamar.
problem with it is because this is not my matchup. I just
DeMarco.
don't see it.
You gotta put the Philly flavor, the Kool-Aid down, bro.
I'll put it down. The Niners
Mike.
will run for 200 yards and they will
Hey.
sack Joe Burrow 5 times and lose. Simple as that. I don't care what their offensive line they got. You can go pick up whatever Pro Bowler you want. They are not going to, bro.
And
They
this
will get-
matchup, I mean, it's certainly a possibility. It is. I mean, during the season, right? Football wise, if I'm thinking logically, I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you. 1000%. But I'm not thinking logically. I'm going to Joe Burrow. I refuse.
I'm pretty sure I just won the argument because he just said he's not thinking logically.
I'm not thinking. I'm going heart over mind here, and like
I am thinking logically. I still think I still
Like,
take Bengals here.
logically on paper, yeah, San Francisco's a way better team. You can't argue that. But
They're better route. They have the best.
Hey, hold
roster
on,
in football.
too. I want to address comments real quick because everybody's
teams
saying
on
good
paper
debate.
don't win.
And I'm going to be completely honest. We got to stop talking about Joe Burrow versus Brock Purdy. That's what I see going on in the comments. That's the conversation that's happening. Ignore the Brock Purdy, the Joe Burrow, right? Because they're not playing each other.
They are not.
Tell me the last time a defense that won the Super Bowl was not a top 5 ranked defense?
When the Colts won it,
Almost never.
Almost never. Almost every year, a team that wins the Super Bowl has a top 5 defense. It doesn't matter what your quarterback is ranked.
Exactly.
Was Kansas City top 5?
No, they
No.
were not because of their quarterback.
But that's different. But
Their quarterback was absolutely phenomenal. Look at Tom Brady.
But
Joe
did they
Burrow's had
play?
pretty
Hold on.
phenomenal.
But did they play a top 5 defense?
Yes, they
Yeah,
did.
the
They
first time we
played
played, we played San Francisco.
Yeah.
Okay, so Trev got me. All right, cool.
Against
I'm going
Tampa,
back
yeah.
out now and go back.
No,
to my
no,
conversation
okay.
with
No, but if you go back and you look at the Tom Brady Super Bowl where he threw for 400 yards, I think it was, and like 4 or 5 touchdowns versus the Eagles, and what happened? He still lost against an Eagles team that played more balance on offense and defense. Regardless of how good you think Joe Burrow is going to play, Jamar Chase is going to play, the Bengals offense, I ain't heard not one time that say that defense is going to outplay the 49ers offense. I haven't heard that one time. I have said the Niners are going to be more balanced. In Henry, yes, I do see you in the comments talking about their quarterback and their
hold on,
defense
1
or
second.
whatever.
1 second. 1 second. I just looked it up. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense that the Kansas City Chiefs faced was not top 5.
They were not. Because the Bucs defense played against a awful.
Also, the San
offensive line.
Francisco 49ers defense that the Kansas City Chiefs faced was not top 5.
That's surprising. I thought they were.
I think they were top 10. They probably top 10. But even still, Patrick Mahomes lost both his offensive tackles in that game. And when you're supposed to sit in the pocket, what do you need? You need tackles to play. So again, outside of Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, which you guys have named, which the 49ers can target, the 49ers can run the ball.
Can the Niners cover all the receivers?
So I'm gonna be fair. I'm gonna be real.
They don't
All right,
have
so
to.
the last time a team lost in the Super Bowl to a top 5 defense or won a Super Bowl against a top 5 defense was the 2017 Philadelphia Eagles, but they also had a top 5 defense.
Okay, just so I can stop debating this, Matt and Damon, who are you guys picking? Because if you guys are picking against me and I'm outvoted, fine. But if you guys are not, please help me with this. Because
No, I'm picking Niners. I mean, you guys have known. I've said it all week. Niners are my Super Bowl favorites. Not because of anything you guys debated, because I was having a fun conversation with Damon. But
that would leave us.
I mean,
tied.
I'm not even trying to like jump in and argue. I don't know why it seems like it's ridiculous to pick the Bengals here because I don't think it is. And you talk about matchups and tackles. San Francisco just lost McGlinchey. You don't think Hendrickson can take advantage of that? Because I do. I do think he can get rushes. I do think Purdy will have some struggles with that. I think Cincinnati's pass rush is a lot improved from years prior.
Hey, Jay Henry, nobody said the QBs don't matter. That wasn't the point. The point was nobody's ever heard the saying that defense wins championships in football. Because the QBs clearly matter. They clearly do.
Yeah.
But the defense matters equally because Joe Burrow is not facing Brock Purdy. Joe Burrow is facing the San Francisco 49ers defense. There's a huge difference. We sit here and we match up quarterbacks, and that's not how it works. It's not Joe Burrow versus Patrick Mahomes. It's not Joe Burrow versus fucking Jalen Hurts. It's not Joe Burrow versus Brock Purdy or Dak Prescott, whatever. It's Joe Burrow versus the San Francisco 49ers defense. It's Brock Purdy versus the Cincinnati Bengals defense. It's whichever coach you think can actually make a better scheme to win against whatever defense they're facing. And in my opinion, it's got nothing. I mean, it has to do a little bit with who's playing quarterback, but it has to do with who's that head coach. And I will take Kyle Shanahan to beat Cincinnati Bengals defense over Joe Burrow beating the San Francisco 49ers defense. That's my only reason. I'm not saying Brock Purdy's better than Joe Burrow. I'm not saying anything like that because Joe Burrow to me he's the number 2 quarterback in the NFL behind Patrick Mahomes. Jalen Hurts is number 3.
Thank you for preaching these facts because that's exactly what I've been saying the whole time. And just like you said, this league is too pass happy, which I don't think the 49ers are at all. And Trev, that's why I'm not trying to argue. That's why I'm just debating the point here is that I would see it as a rematch between the Chiefs and the Eagles And I think the Eagles win regardless because of the fact of the matchup. And so what I'm seeing here from the Bengals is I just don't think the Bengals.
My thing with the Eagles, because we keep bringing up the Eagles. My thing with the Eagles is the Eagles aren't going to be as powerful as they were last year because they just got extremely young. A lot of their team is going to be rookies, and a lot of their veterans are extremely old. Last year, to me, was a parody. Last year, it should have been San Francisco to begin with. They had issues at the quarterback position that kind of held them back from being able to make it to the Super Bowl. That's my opinion. My opinion. I'm going to emphasize the word opinion. I'm not an expert.
Okay.
I know a lot about football, but that's my opinion. So this year, I don't see
it. Would still be an opinion.
Right. If I was an expert, I'd still be an opinion. But my point is, my fan opinion, do not see Philadelphia repeating back to the Super Bowl. Because I feel like the roster has gotten extremely old, and where they're not old, they're extremely young. And this is not hockey. Extremely young is not that great because you have too many places that you need to develop and learn. But San Fran has that roster is too good, that head coach is too good, that I think that head coach makes any quarterback look great. He's gone to 3 of the last 4 NFC championships with Jimmy G. How many people have hated on Jimmy G, including the experts?
Exactly. And that's why I say that if the Niners aren't there, because I think the Eagles are, because I think they that balance that they would have between young and age that Matt is talking about, just my opinion, is where I disagree with him, that they can make up for it for what they can be capable to do, especially being able to swap out their defensive linemen. So that's why I just think that if the 49ers are capable to get past those Eagles, I just don't see the Bengals being a balanced enough team to be able to beat the San Francisco 49ers. That is where my major disagreement comes. And that's the only reason why I keep bringing up the Eagles, because I think that's how good they should be, especially if Jalen Hurts take more steps forward. But outside of the Eagles, that point, I just think if the 49ers are that good, and they should be that balanced to make it to a Super Bowl, I don't see a matchup that the Bengals can exploit enough to be able to beat an entire team.
But then you got to look at it like this, and you're using the argument that if you were the San Francisco 49ers and you had to beat the Philadelphia Eagles to get to this point, then you can't be beat, which potentially could be wrong if you look at it at a football mindset, right? Look at how the Eagles lost the Super Bowl last year. They didn't lose because Kansas City forced them into terrible situations. They lost because certain situations just ended up terrible by certain players on their team making mistakes. That could happen again in Philly. And you don't know, Cincinnati might not make those same style mistakes that could have led to San Fran making it, if that makes any type of
No, that makes total sense. But the thing is the Niners, I could potentially see them dropping back maybe for 12 passes. So you don't have the chance to make that mistake. Is just basically what I'm saying. I just don't see this being a favorable matchup for the Bengals. That's where I see that problem. But Damien, you haven't got to speak at all really on this subject. Who are you picking? What's your intrigue into the matchup, or who you got?
Yeah, I mean, DeMarco, so I'm with you on one thing. I think the Eagles are going to be the best team in football and will probably win the Super Bowl this year. I was with the Eagles in the last round proceeding here, and then I think the Eagles could probably have their way with the Bengals for the same reasons that y'all are saying San Francisco can, right? But my issue at San Francisco is there's too many questions at quarterback. And the argument of Shanahan could turn any quarterback into gold or any quarterback into being serviceable is a question mark in itself, bro.
He has.
But can I please finish?
Sure. I'm just saying, but he has.
10 minutes because I've been arguing, but
I've been talking to you in the private chat.
That is too much. That is too much of a question mark in a sense to continue to say he makes anybody serviceable. He makes anybody turn to gold. We're talking in a playoff sense, right? And to kind of backtrack here a little bit, Purdy, his whole run. What if we took Jacoby Brissett's 5 games, right, when he went 5-0 and played extremely well? I'd say
5-2.
5-2, right, and we cut it right there. Will we speak of Jacoby Brissett the exact same way we're speaking of Brock Purdy? Of course not. You know, the rosters are significantly different, but I just think even Brock Purdy itself is a question mark, bro. He was a 7th-round pick, and he had a couple of really hot games, hot stretch. He's coming back from injury, so now we're banking on this guy being healthy. Okay, what if he doesn't pan out? Cool, we got Trey Lance. We're banking on this guy to be a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Okay, he doesn't work out. Sam Darnold, what is he known for doing? Anybody? What's Sam Darnold known for doing?
Sam Darnold just hold
stretches.
on. Sam Darnold had just leapfrogged Trey Lance into the second QB. That's all I know.
Yeah, I mean, the reports are he's looking phenomenal in camp, but that's the exact same thing the Carolina Panthers said 2 years ago, too. To be fair, in my opinion, if I'm looking at these two teams, I'm going with the constant. I'm going with the Bengals. That's just me. The question mark at quarterback. I know it's not quarterback versus quarterback. I know quarterback is not winning the game, but they have a damn good influence on a game and getting a team hot and going. Even if 49ers drop back 12 times to pass, I think we're like kind of discrediting Cincinnati's run here. I mean, they're having to go up and pit up against the Bills. They're having a tough out games against the Chiefs here. Let's be real. I'm going Cincinnati.
All right. Well, looks like I'm clearly shut down. I'm outvoted here, 4-2. I won't argue anymore, but I just don't see it this way. I don't see the matchup, but is what it is. Got outvoted. Bengals would be the Super Bowl champion. Trev, did you want to finish up on what you were gonna say there?
What? Yeah, no, my whole thing was just that the argument proposed was like it's a math problem, like because San Francisco beat Philly, they should beat Cincinnati, but the football matchups don't work like that. Like we can't put Philadelphia as this unbeatable team when they're 14-3. Like clearly they've lost, right? Like matchups matter more than I think we're giving them credit for. And I think I don't know. I don't know how to like put it without deep diving into it again. I don't really want to deep dive into it, but I don't know. To me, what I said from the jump is San Francisco has the best roster in football, and I do believe that, other than quarterback. But I also the only other argument I made was I see this being a superstar moment for Joe Burrow because he is that caliber of player. He has that career-defining, game-winning drive, and that's where I put it at. Picking the matchup and picking the game. I'm not sitting here saying the Bengals are a better roster than San Francisco. I don't think anyone has a better roster than San Francisco. But I think sometimes football things happen in football games, and I could see a superstar like Joe Burrow taking advantage of it.
I agree to that point. I mean, we just seen it last year with the Chiefs over the Eagles.
And I wouldn't say they had a better roster than Philly.
Better than roster. The Eagles had the overwhelmingly better roster than Kansas City in case he was able to pull it out. So I definitely get your point there. But yeah, Matt, I won't argue it anymore because I know we spent a lot of time debating this one. But you can go ahead and select the Cincinnati Bengals as our Super Bowl champion there. I just didn't see it coming out that way. But when you get outvoted, I know we'll get a ton of slander from the Chiefs fans that were upset that they even were the second seed. So we'll see that coming.
I mean, they need to live with it.
But I appreciate you, Trev, and I know Zach had to get out of here, but I appreciate both of you guys for not backing down and standing your ground on where you were at with the Chiefs.
It's all love,
not the Chiefs, but the Bengals. Oh yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I just like that you guys were, still pushing your point. So just saying that I appreciate that. I know Damon didn't get to jump in there too much, but I'm pretty sure he was enjoying that.
Hey, don't worry, I kept him busy.
yeah.
I saw him sitting down there
this is another one of those reasons why people get all mad at us in the comments because as you guys can see how I was about the matchup.
Yeah,
exactly, and that's what I would try and do with people just to get them to understand that it's votes. It's just votes. That's why I wasn't trying to keep arguing after I got outvoted. If I get outvoted, I mean it is what it is. You just can't push that.
If they saw how many, go ahead.
I was just gonna say if when a team loses and people want to keep arguing the refs or something else happened or whatever, it's like, bro, you lost. Just let it go. It's over.
Bro, that is one of my it is the easiest cop out, right?
The refs.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and go to this, right? Because the predictions are over. So everybody's understanding the Cincinnati Bengals are the Cruise 2023 Super Bowl champions. It is a crew and fans. So it is
Collective.
not just crew. It was a full collective. Everybody voted the whole season, spent a whole month on this segment. And it was fun. For most of the time, we had about 4 of us, I believe. I think Trev was on twice. Last week was me and Damon, and then me and DeMarco, and then a whole bunch of viewers last week. But we made it work. So
please just take the time, go watch the episodes, see how it's voted out.
Yeah.
See how
how
some of us get upset when we see different teams go places that we personally, singularly, wouldn't think they would be. Just definitely check it out and see how it goes down.
But to slide over a little bit, all right, slide away from this a little bit. The fucking referee cop out, bro. I can't stand that shit.
It works in basketball though.
And I do it. No, I'm not talking basketball. Hey, man, stop trying to go to basketball. We're not on that show.
We're getting there.
NFL.
Soon.
Let's play the commercial now.
You know what? But yeah, okay, so back to it. So I can't stand it because there's too much that happens in football that, like, if you lose, let's say you get a pass interference at the end of the game that made you end up losing that game. There's so much that happened earlier in the game is the reason why you lost that game. It's not just that one goddamn call. That shit drives me so insane.
Yeah, it's not,
but I am
that
guilty of it. And I'm guilty of it. I do it all the fucking time.
It's easy as a fan. Like when you're
it was just like the first part you said. It's the biggest cop out because it's easy to go back to that one play that could have made the difference. But it's like if you go back and look at the game, it's like, look, guys, we lost the game here. We lost it here. We lost it here. We lost it here. Look, it's like, look, if you don't drop the ball, boom, that's a touchdown. If you don't get a penalty on this offside, boom, that's this. If you don't sit here and grab the face mask when the strip sack fumble, that's another one. So it's like multiple pieces where you're just like, you just pick and choose that one little part that you saw at the end that got you.
There's always more to it. It's a long game, man.
Oh yeah, like the people that like hit me up in the middle of the game, like, oh my god, these refs, and I'm like, what about it? Like, I try not to pay attention to the penalties as much anymore.
Yeah,
I knew, like, bro, I'll tell you what, 5-6 years ago, I was terrible. I was like, man, fuck these refs. We lost because of the refs. And now I'm like, after I've got some coaching time under me, I'm like, oh, it's not really the refs.
Yeah, and you can always bounce back from it too. Like a bad call usually doesn't make or break the game.
Unless
in some instances, like that whole the no call against the Saints and everything, like that's a big moment. But again, they even could have done stuff prior to the game or prior to that call. Sorry, that would have won the game, right? Or even after, and they didn't. So,
but I'm still sorry they lost that game because of that call.
That's like worst case scenario.
Yeah, they could have played better in different parts of that game, but at the same point, that play would have put them in a situation to win.
See, the problem for me is I don't say they lost that game because of that play, but I say we got stripped of great and more football.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm with that. I would have loved to.
I wanted to see that final drive. That year. I wanted to see that final drive.
Yeah.
But then it's plays like that give you that those other endings, like the Minnesota Saints game where
Damon got to get out of here, folks.
Peace out, bro.
All right, bro.
Hey, thanks for coming in late, Stacy. You might need to go back and watch the episode.
We're about to wrap it up.
If you actually chime in at about an hour and 30, that's when the debates get real heated. So if you like debates, that's where you want to be. But thanks for coming in.
But yeah, games like that one where the Saints got kind of stripped of that game is where it leads to games like Minnesota and the Saints where who was it? Diggs?
Yeah.
The Diggs, the miracle in Minnesota.
Which was
where
really,
the DB didn't
Marcus Williams.
he didn't go to hit him.
Yeah,
he didn't go to hit him because he was afraid of getting a penalty.
I think it was his rookie year too. It was rough to see. Man.
I just think that
honestly,
situation, you take the penalty.
Safety, but
in that situation, I'm taking the penalty either way.
Yeah.
I'm hitting
the
shit out of you.
Get 15, then get the touchdown.
I'm fucking wrecking you in that situation. Like,
100%, dude. I don't
Hey,
care.
we appreciate you, Stacey. You're cool for coming in as well. Appreciate
Thank you
you.
very much. We love it. We love all the views, all the comments, man. I'm very much looking forward to, as the commercial stated, branching out, talking some sports. Me and DeMarco, I mean, we got into about the Bengals and Niners, but we talk basketball all the time. Same with Damon and Zach, big basketball guys. I know Matt's huge on hockey, man. Like I'm just looking forward to branching out, talking some other sports with you guys. We got a good thing going here.
I'm looking forward to really getting tied in with hockey and baseball. Really.
Yeah, I want to learn more.
Yeah, to be honest, this is going to be a good way for all of us to learn the different sports. Like, I don't know much. I know basketball. I know the sport itself. I know the game. I don't know the players. I just don't watch it enough to know who's playing.
I got you.
And baseball, I watch baseball a lot, and same thing with hockey. And fighting, I mean, I watch big fights. I don't watch every fight, so it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know. I don't know everybody. So, but I know fighting. So it's going to be fun to be able to learn and then be able to engage with other fan bases outside of just the Colts. But just so everybody does know, this will strictly stay Colts. Saturday nights will be Colts show. It'll just be that we add another show or two throughout the weeks where we talk other sports.
Be dope. But that was our Super Bowl prediction. Please do not hate us. It came down to it. You obviously seen Zach get pretty heated about us not getting the Detroit Lions further. You see me get a little heated because our matchup. I'm pretty sure Matt was heated a couple times in there because we had a little too much hate, or not a little too much hate, but a little too much love for the Miami Dolphins.
Multiple times.
It's for me. So, a few times in there. So if you guys please just watch the show, see how it gets down, see how it works. But obviously, it's just a prediction. It's a guess. What we think may happen. It's voted. It's not any of our picks. It was definitely fun. Hopefully, you guys liked it. You appreciated it. And hey, if you're really that mad, just come see how the show works out. And if
shoot us a message. Come on the show.
If you're really, I was gonna say, if you're really even more mad than that, then feel free to come take a seat right on the screen. And we can debate this, and we can see your attitude about it. Just be polite, be respectful.
I will say this: it's easy for people to be in the comments, or it's easy for people to comment on our graphics when we post them on about Monday or Tuesday time frame. Mm-hmm. It's very easy for you guys to come onto the comments of our stuff, our content that we put out, and then bash us.
You guys are jackasses.
Yeah, I know. I mean, we get bashed all fucking week, and I'm like, yeah, okay, so what? But
you're right.
But here's the thing: let's see you come on this show and do it.
Yeah,
it's just as easy as that.
And please come with realistic stuff. That's just
don't come with this crap that because you had winning records for the last 2 out of 3 seasons. Or you had the top 10 defense of the last 1 of the 3 seasons. Like, I don't care about that. It really.
Or my quarterback is better than yours.
Yeah, I don't come with that crap.
Because unless it's Patrick Mahomes, I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Okay.
But appreciate you guys for coming through. Didn't think we had anything else for the night.
Hey, but
Stay tuned.
Even though the Cincinnati Bengals are our 2023 Super Bowl champions. Fuck Cincinnati and go
Colts. Yeah. Stay tuned for more news on the upcoming shows, man. We'll get that out to y'all soon.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Henry, we'll let you know, man, if you really want that invite.
Absolutely, man.
Hey, debug, baby, all day.
Hey, America, baby.
America. Freedom. Happy 4th of July, everybody.
Happy 4th,
everybody. Go Colts.
He is going to drop the throw. Fires deep along the right sideline for Alec Pierce. He's got it. Touchdown! Touchdown!